with rotating games. The one I'm DMing, Humblewood, Pandora, Star Wars, GKC, 5 games.
Humblewood, Pandora. The other one that I've got.
Yeah.
The other one I've got going on, GKC and Brandon's Villains campaign.
Mm-hmm.
Soon to be 6.
Yeah. That's a lot on our plates that we're doing.
No, we're not getting paid to do as well.
Yeah.
Literally, I can't tell my mother how many D&D campaigns I do per week because she'd be like, "Are you getting paid for this?" No.
If only. Damn.
I mean, technically, since I'm on unemployment, I'm getting paid to stay home, so.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm getting
Which,
paid for,
they fixed my unemployment thing, so. Thank God. But of course, my next claim is Sunday. I know to put myself down as available for work, but I did just get my last paycheck for the year. So I gotta deal with that shit with filing my claim, and I'm just like, it just got difficult again. Fuck! Because I have to mark down that I got a paycheck.
Was that like your last full paycheck from?
Just the last paycheck of 2020. Because I got my last 2 days of work as well as holiday pay. Because HR decided to be nice and give us holiday pay.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So I got a good like $300 for my last paycheck.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Just a clarifier. You only need to report the income during the weeks that you were making money, not when you get actually physically paid, because you've already technically reported that from the unemployment. Because I currently like work a little bit. Like if I claimed when I got paid and the hours that I worked, so then it would be a double.
Yeah. Well, the only week I claimed so far was a full furlough week.
Yeah, and that's what you should be doing.
Okay.
So you're doing it right.
Okay.
Also, Ben. Nice hair.
Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like in
face,
blue.
Mom.
It's like jewel tone. It's dope.
Mm-hmm.
I do like in the current light that it's like blue, but also a bit of turquoise in there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's like there's so many freaking colors just because of how like the bleach turned out, and the fact that I still have the tips that have the remnants of the black.
Yeah.
They're mostly red.
All right, so Nate is MIA right now, and it'll be an hour before Hannah gets here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I get the feeling we are gonna have to start without both of them.
Yeah. So they'll just have to join in once we.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we can always start with because Mitch, Suthan, and I believe are leaving the city.
Yeah, you guys are leaving the city, and Nate and Hannah's characters are with the group going into the mine, so we could always do that.
Yeah.
That gives you time to do some interactive role play and get some stuff done outside of the city. Because you guys have to set up camp too.
Yeah.
Everyone else wants to play devotion. You just have to be like dark and brooding.
He's quietly contemplating life and his choices.
Mm-hmm.
Lack thereof of good choices, but still choices.
He tries real hard. Real hard.
Bless his heart, he tries.
Bless his heart, he tries though. He do.
It just works so much better because, you know.
Mm-hmm. It sounds much better with the American Southern accent.
Thank you, Sarah, for getting me into Firefly again.
Here's the thing, though. With the Americans, Bless Your Heart has like 2 tonal inflections. There's
Actually, there are at least 10 uses of Bless Your Heart.
2 that I know of. 2 that were explained to me. There's the actual sympathizing Bless Your Heart, and then they're calling you a fucking dumbass Bless Your Heart.
Yeah, those are the universal Bless Your Hearts. If you're from the South, there are at least 10 known uses.
You see, in the UK, if we're calling you a fucking dumbass, we will use the words fucking dumbass.
You can't do that in the South. You gotta tiptoe around it, but make sure that they
Yeah.
understand exactly what you're saying.
Yeah.
We are blunt motherfuckers. Actually, there's only one species of human that's more blunt than us.
Australians.
Oh, they will call you a cunt to your face and mean it endearingly.
Mm-hmm. I mean, remember the meme I read y'all last night?
Yep.
I feel like Russians are also pretty like intense. Well, but that could just be the accent.
Yes? Question mark?
Yeah. Fucking Cyrillic, man.
I'm gonna go make some more coffee. I'll be right back.
I have hot chocolate. I'm trying to decide if I want to make some.
I am gonna.
I got some milk specifically so I can make hot chocolate in this gigantic fucking mug.
Mm,
It holds so much coffee.
I love it.
Like it's deceptively gigantic.
Secret tunnel. Sorry. Take it back.
Ben, I don't mean to one up you, but at the same time, get on my level. I filled an entire 2-pint Stein full of hot chocolate once.
Well, it's not a stein, it's a mug.
Guys, dude.
Speaking of the axis of evil,
What do you want?
Hey, the third Khajiit has finally arrived!
Hello, Jesus. Hello. Hello.
they've been blessed by the 3 Khajiits.
Hello.
Let's just.
You're such a dingus,
How did?
and I love you. You can cuddle for now.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna go refill my bird feeder. I will be back.
Yeah. Guys, if you have shit you need to get done before we start playing, do it now while we have some time.
Yeah.
I'm hoping and praying Nate is going to wake up soon and join. I'm doing my best to give people leeway right now.
Yeah.
Like Hannah at least warned us, so
Mhm.
you can't really like tell her to speed the fuck up on I-80
Yeah,
or
no, 'cause
whatever.
we want her to be safe.
Yeah. She lives in Florida. Drivers in Florida are notorious for fucking shit up.
Yeah, they're fucking. Like, I live in Atlanta, and I went down to Miami once, and I was like,
Mhm. Yeah.
what the fuck is wrong with
Alright.
all of you? Why are you so aggressive?
I just realized somebody else has to do the ritual tonight.
Fair. Got it.
Got it?
Alright, so it's either gonna be.
It's gonna be one of the Bryans or Mitch doing the ritual tonight. Alright, so it's between Brian and Mitch. They need to rock, paper, scissors it when they get back. Loser does it.
Yo. Hello, son. I know.
You've learned how to volume control that. That's impressive.
I'm trying, man. It'll kill me.
I still think it's amazing how you're able to burp when you say yep. That is amazing. I'm like, I wish I could do that.
I legit don't try to, which I think just makes it that much weirder. I
Yeah.
genuinely do not try to say yep. It just happens.
That's a superpower.
Yeah. We joke here like once it first started happening because it also didn't always do this. It started like 3 years ago. We're just like, oh, okay, Satan wants to include himself in the conversation.
Yeah.
He agrees.
Okay, is it really a GKC session if Icarus doesn't go yelp?
Yo. Yes, man, I know. You're so happy right now.
Also, to our 6 viewers, thank you for joining us tonight. This is going to be episode 44 of GKC. We're going to be, unfortunately, probably starting a little bit late because we're trying to wait for at least one of our players to show up. We think he might be comatose right now.
Celebrated his birthday a little too hardcore.
Yeah. Yeah, and
Oh, son.
Yeah.
Son.
yeah,
What?
so I think I can go ahead and like start on some announcements. I keep putting it off, and I am so sorry for this, but we will have a new T-shirt in the GKC Teespring store. The Isla and Calf T-shirt will be available soon. I just have to actually go online and upload it. Hannah sent me the art. I have the PNG. I just need to upload it. So that will be an update to the store. Bridget has mini wares, if you have coin, going to be available at a determined date.
38, I'll save it for tomorrow.
Yeah, so yes, the skulls, the Demi-Lich D20s, she has been working very hard on them. And she's working on them right now. So once again, once we get an update of when her Etsy will be available, we will let you all know. Brian has been trying to claim every single skull that she's been making. We're not going to let him because we know you guys will want to buy these. Sarah, do you have any updates to your store?
So instead of updates to my store, so like many people during this wonderful pandemic, I have been struggling financially significantly. And trying to figure out a good way to remedy this, I have come up with an idea because of distance being an issue. So if anyone is looking for a digital photo shoot, in other words, you take a camera and your phone somewhere and I video conference and tell you the best way to set up your poses and your camera, please reach out to me. I also can do cosplay photo shoots this way, couples engagements, pretty much anything. But yeah, send me a message.
Yay.
That's all I got.
All right. And we're down to 2 viewers. That's depressing. When Kitsune gets here, he will also throw up our link tree to everything that we have, including Black Lives Matter resources, because we are still pushing for that. We have the Black Lives Matter resources in our link tree, links to all of our shops. I've been here, just been lurking while you guys got ready. God damn it, say hello when you enter, Kitsune! What is it with everyone not being fucking punctual? Kitsune, you trying to give me a heart attack? I'm messing with you. I forget that you're the DM for the Star Wars campaign. Please don't kill my character off immediately.
Do it.
Please don't.
No.
You were all talking, didn't want to interrupt. Sometimes you need to interrupt me, man. Define immediately. First session. Please don't kill Phasa off first session. We don't need a Purge 2.0. But yeah, all of our important links are in the link tree. So, second sesh, got it. God damn it. So you can check out our stores, Black Lives Matter resources, our Twitches, our YouTubes, all of that. There's even a link to the Discord as well. Yeah, and I'm finally uploading episode 43. Anybody have any updates for their social medias, their Twitches, or their YouTubes? Alright.
I love you guys. You're all amazing.
Alright. I have one last quick announcement before I force Mitch, Brian, and Nate to do a 3-way rock, paper, scissors on who has to do the ritual. Because you guys weren't here for the nose goes. Nope. You guys will have to do the rock, paper, scissors. You can't back out of this. Alright, we have one last announcement. Kitsune, our lovely moderator here, he will be taking the DM seat in the future for a Star Wars campaign 5e edition that myself, Mitch, and Hannah will be in, alongside Hannah's sister, Alice, Brandon, you know Brandon from Humblewood and Pandora, as well as Kitsune's friend Daisy. All 6 of us will be entering the Star Wars universe as our original characters. At a determined date, it will be live streamed and VODs will be uploaded to YouTube. We will let you know more of the details once we bang out a few more edits and stuff to the campaign. We will keep you all updated on that. So we have another campaign coming out that Kitsune will be DMing. Alright, so, because the 3 of you were not here for the nose goes on who has to do the ritual, Nate, you cannot hide from this. You guys have to do a 3-way rock, paper, scissors.
He already has the blanket on, I'm just saying.
Alright.
So it's
Rock-
1, 2, 3,
yeah.
go.
1, 2,
God.
3, go. All right, so paper.
Wait, hold on. Let's
All
try
three
that.
of you did paper.
Okay.
All right.
1, 2, 3, go.
Okay, this is right.
Okay.
This is so delayed.
Okay, all of you take out a d20.
Yeah, we're playing D&D. That's
Lowest number has to do the ritual.
D20. You said.
Yeah.
Ooh, this
If any of you, the first person who rolls, if any of you rolls a nat 1 or if multiple do, we'll do another roll off. Nat 1 is immediately you have to do it.
Nice.
What did you get, Brian? Did you get a
4.
nat 1? Oh, Mitch got a nat 1?
I got an 18.
Alright,
Yeah!
Nate is safe. Brian, what did you get?
I got a 4.
You got a 4? Mitch
Which
got
is-
Mitch got the nat 1.
Somehow higher than a natural 1. That
Yeah.
was
So, Mitch,
Oh, no.
you have to do the ritual since Hannah is currently on her way home from work.
I require you to wear a fluffy blanket.
Am I allowed to get a fluffy blanket?
Yeah, you
Yeah.
have to do a fluff. It's not the ritual if there's no fluffy blanket.
And if you have a lavender wig that comes to about yay here,
And you have elf ears.
and a crown.
Yeah.
Icarus, I'm concerned with the look on your face. I am concerned!
No concerns.
Oh.
Hey, where were you, Nate?
Can you guess?
Did you drink too much?
No.
Did you just
I-
pass out after work?
Yes.
Ah.
Just
I
neat.
find my alarm didn't go off because I think it was set for 8 a.m. instead of 8 p.m. or 7:30 a.m. instead of 7:30 p.m.
Well, that doesn't help us.
That does not help. No.
Okay, first of
Not
all,
doing any fun.
Before Mitch even starts, I love that it's blue fleece under a gingham plaid. Or not gingham.
Parton.
Yeah, that's the one. I love it.
Scotland.
Well,
All right.
Scotland forever. Fucking love that video.
Walking.
Booker.
All right. You guys ready?
Yeah.
I love you guys. You guys are amazing. And I appreciate every one of your friendships. I honestly cannot thank you all enough for being another found family, and much love to you all. And eventually when I come over to the other side of the pond, you're all getting hugs and steaks. And there was nothing you can do about it.
Consent
Okay.
on the hugs.
Okay? Okay.
Okay.
Cool. Right, now, let's burn this moonstone to the fucking ground!
Boy, that escalated quickly.
I love you.
You're still
Not create
wounded.
arson.
That really got out of hand fast.
Yeah. I'm going
Brett
to
killed a guy!
I'm going to commit arson once I break
Yeah.
free of these mortal chains. I feel like that entire thing's going to be clicked.
See, mine went to the other meme of like enslaved party, freedom. They have been freed.
But at what cost?
Oh no, the party is committing arson.
You need to make that video now, Icarus.
Well,
Yes.
for us, it'd be like, oh no, the party is committing war crimes.
Another day at the office.
Yeah.
Also, just a quick aside, who else hates when their parents use ellipses instead of just like normal punctuation in fucking text messages because you feel like it's passive aggressive even if it's not supposed to be? Anyway.
My parents don't use it, but my grandfather on my dad's side does, and I'm just like, I don't know if you're trying to sass me right now or not.
My mom does, and it drives me up a fucking wall. Anyway.
Alright.
Um,
Well, y'all know I do use ellipses to let y'all know what my fucking mood is.
yeah.
Yeah, when Paige uses ellipses, be concerned.
So,
Wait. Now, let us dive into tonight's episode of Kingdom Chronicles. Shut the fuck up. I'm the one who's live right now. Sorry. I had a notification somebody else went live.
okay, so previously on Kingdom Chronicles, nobody likes this fucking place. Not wrong. Lord help us all. Okay, so we had some interesting interactions. Zinc found the specific temple that you guys need and met Dante, the leader of said temple. Then they brought sort of everybody else over there as well to kind of discuss like what Isla could do, and we're told to bring her over for the petition. You heard the song that was coming out of the mines like very faintly, and you're kind of getting an idea of what the fuck that means when they say sing it out of the mine. So there's that. Met up with everybody else back at the bed and breakfast and realized the bullshit about the gods in here. Specifically, you have to be a god of a healing domain or like a life domain to some extent, so that you can actually get in and out of here and openly or just more easily communicate with your, people. Which means a lot of the other gods are just like, yeah, fuck that place. No, we don't go there. We don't talk about it. Isla's okay to do the petition, and everybody's going to do a little bit of splitting up to kind of check a few other things in here, but still stay in like fairly decent sized groups so that you're not like too finely distributed.
Mm-hmm.
You also did an interesting test too about like the mining song that you had heard about with the moonstone ring that Sierra has, and with Isla's help realized that like, yeah, it likes certain notes and flashes to them, and like, what the fuck is that shit about? Cool stuff. After that, Sierra drew on the wall with lipstick.
Hey, give her credit. She's actually used makeup in a fucking month. Not for her face, but she at least used makeup.
That is fair in the technical term.
You are technically correct. That's kind of
correct. So yeah, Isla got to make her petition to them, and they said that they would give her a final answer in the morning. It would arrive at the like a letter or something would arrive at the B&B. Isla got some Isla got some interesting insights about like the people that are there. Like, there's just a whole lot of conviction, specifically in like Dante, and also got some inklings of Drax's insecurities and that he's also planning to do something, but not what. So that's nice. Again, we don't talk about it.
I know your secret, your dirty little secret. I know your secret. Little secret.
Exactly.
Now that would have been much worse with the crazy clown filter.
Oh no, voice mod fucks up my microphone, so I'm not using that tonight.
That's
I will
okay.
only use voice mod for the Star Wars campaign. That's it.
That is fair.
Yeah.
So Sierra was able to connect with the Raven Queen and get some information about a little bit of more information about what was going on here, and she was able to confirm that there is an elite gem here, not which one though. No idea on that. Which causes the barrier around it, sort of like a defense mechanism that's kind of just built into it. So it's just a thing that it does. Like on its own. She doesn't know which gem it is, doesn't know where it is in here, but she also knows that the thing prevents divine oversight, except under very, very specific conditions. Like for here, you have to be a god aligned with some kind of light or healing domain.
I mean,
So yeah,
Thor's lightning. Does that count?
Life.
no. Oh, sorry, life, not light, not light, life. That's my bad. Enunciate.
Use your words.
Use your articulation. Anyway, so Sierra had mentioned that she thinks that Dante's worth checking out because he seemed to be calm, but not like unnaturally so, like a lot of the people in here. So that's a thing. They reunite over at the mines, and they can hear the singing and see that the mine schedule is much more reasonable here, which just makes Sierra and Drax a little bitter. Just like, fuck you.
We don't even get a fucking union.
Nah.
Breaks? What the fuck are those?
Full-time benefits?
Dental?
We don't
They
even
don't
get dental. They don't even get dental.
What is our vision plan? Because I'm seeing a whole lot
What a bullshit. Okay, we're starting to derail already.
So, there was some discussion over which gym it might be, so a couple of people have some suppositions, but again, don't know anything for sure yet. You all also want to sleep outside the barrier tonight, so that you do not have to worry about any more bullshit. So yeah, so there's a little bit of a split up thing. Let's see. Drax, Zinc, and Sutha, and Isla, I believe.
No, just Drax, Zink, and Zutha are
Okay.
going outside.
Yeah, Drax, Zinc, and Sutha are setting out, going out to set up camp, and others are going to go into the mine. And I have specifically here Flortma because he's petty as fuck. Just, Drax asked Sierra to keep Isla safe and has let her know that he plans on proposing when she gets her sight back.
Sierra's like, that's pretty sus, bro.
I'm sorry, but that's pretty fucking gay. Yeah.
And she's the gay one. Bro, that's gay.
Exactly. Sorry, I've also been saying that a lot more lately because of some friends that I've been talking to. I'm just like, no, it's hella gay, like me.
Yeah.
So anyway, so yeah, and then the last shot was of the tunnels and a blackened screen, the sound of water, overlapping whispers, and then one word in a unison whisper that was memory. So.
Where the north wind.
Who could
You
say?
read my fucking fanfic. I know you did, you sinner.
Anyway, so yeah, so now we are in session 44.
Yeah.
And to kind of give the players a little bit of leeway until Isla gets back, that way she can hopefully be involved in the situation. I'm going to go ahead and do the outside people. That sounds weird. People outside the barrier. So yeah, Drax, Zinc, and Sutha. So we're going to start with them. Did you guys go back to the inn to pick up your stuff?
I would assume so.
Okay,
We
I
dropped off our
figured.
stuff.
Yeah,
No,
like
we
I know
didn't.
y'all. Well, actually, I know y'all rented the rooms. I don't think you actually put your shit down.
Yeah, I don't think we trusted
Yeah.
the place to.
Yeah,
So honestly, you don't even have to go back to the inn. Yeah.
Before we get too far, I'm gonna message Florma.
Okay.
Like literally, like just as we're like walking away from the mines, I'll be like, oh yeah, I should message Florma, and I'm gonna say, hey Florma, if there's any trouble whatsoever, I'll leave a mark. That should last for about an hour. So, unless we're dead by the time you find us, look for the mark. Bye. Have fun. Wear a helmet.
No.
Remember, boys, only fools don't wear their tools.
You can respond to this message.
Great.
Thank you, Sam Riegel, for
Good lord.
making that the best fucking cantrip.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry. Do not put. So yeah. So you guys didn't actually like put your stuff like down. Like most of you are still wearing it all like in your packs. So after you send that message, or like as you're leaving, you can just leave. you can leave. Just walk out.
Wunderbar.
So yeah. So boop-a-doo. Sorry. So once you decide that you want to leave, you know that there are the special like Moonstone City Guards. You know that those are sort of just
Yeah.
posted like around the barrier because they have to like do a thing to make it open.
Mhm.
So as long as you just exit near one of those, you're good.
Yeah, we'll exit where we came in. I think that's the.
Okay.
That was the
Yeah,
consensus, I
that's
think.
the
And
like
then
southernmost gate because because when you're heading to the northernmost thing, that's the first thing you actually would interact
Yeah.
with.
that is
So yeah, so it'll take you about 15 minutes to head back over and
Okay.
get there. Once you do, the guard is of course like facing away from the barrier because he's looking for threats and shit.
Mhm.
So do that. Once you reach him, what do you do? There we go.
The sound pass through the barrier?
I believe so, but he hasn't turned around, or at least as far
Okay.
as you guys are aware, it does.
Hello, good sir. We would like to exit for the evening. We are the Queen's envoy.
He doesn't really. He doesn't seem surprised. He doesn't seem anything. He's very neutral. Like think like Royal Palace Guard, neutral kind of thing.
Mhm.
Mitch knows what I'm talking about.
How rude.
You're actually over there.
Country is.
So
Kingdomist.
so yeah, so he turns around when you actually like start speaking to him and like takes in what you say, and kind of looks behind you at one of the. It's not exactly guard tower because it's not anything nearly so like official or like even fully martial looking. It's a slightly higher part of the city wall, kind of thing. But he kind of like glances up at them, and there's like a moment, and then he nods and taps twice. Sorry, uses his sword thing to tap twice. And when he does that, the barrier, just like it had before, just sort of like parts in like a triangular pattern, so that y'all can exit out of it.
Okay. Thank you. We have 5 more of us coming through later tonight. Just to warn you, so you guys are, you know what's going on.
No indications, but he had to have heard you because apparently he did earlier.
Okay. And then Zink will sort of bow his head a little bit. And what is the layout here? Like, is it just like road straight down, or is it like?
Yeah, it's road, and the area around you is pretty deliberately cleared because you can see like you've seen like foresty bits kind of leading up to his. Nothing as big as the fucking forest.
Yeah.
Nothing as big as the verdant forest, of course, but like there's little copses of trees and shit like that, but they're all like several football fields away from the end of this, and it's mostly level, plain kind of area.
So Sutha, Drax,
What?
do you think we should camp over there? And he's gonna point like super like the closest copse of trees like
Yeah.
away.
Yeah, it's about 2 football fields, give or take. 600 yards. That's
No big deal. Yeah.
I don't see anything wrong with that.
Okay.
No,
Suther?
200 yards.
I like the woods.
Cool. So do I.
Cool. It'll help us. We can hang up some hammocks or whatever too, assuming that we have those.
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
I
So yeah,
can pack a
sorry.
hammock in my back.
football field is 100 yards and is 300 feet. So these are two football fields, which are 600 feet. I got all of my measurements all discombobulated. Anyway.
Bridget
don't
just had a
insult
glitter explosion. I can see the particles.
They're still in the air. Get out of there. Save yourself.
Oh my god, I can still see the particles.
Why aren't you wearing a mask?
Wear your fucking mask, woman.
Okay.
No.
My
I have to wear one all fucking day.
Zink's father died of crystal lung. We don't need you to die of glitter lung, please.
Funny thing, it is called crushed crystal.
Oh, that's fucking funny.
Oh man, it got dark fast.
I think it's in my mouth.
Please.
Nothing bad ever happened to
Mr.
me.
Kennedys. Ah!
That's what she said.
Victory screech.
Oh no, I seem to have come down with crystal lung.
Shit
So
happens, my dude.
so there's a nearby copse of tree. Well, nearby's a relative term, but there is a nearby copse of trees that y'all can like go and set up a little camp in. It's pretty perfectly suited to it. Actually, like once you get over there are those oh what the fuck. There are those kinds of trees that have like a lot of space near the ground, but about halfway up they start having like a really nice spreading canopy. And they're in like a roughly circular-ish shape. So you've got like a nice little like circle of sky, but you've got this nice kind of shady patch that'll also be like protected from any rain that might come. So yeah, pretty good setup. And there are trees close enough together that should you have a hammock and want to string it up, you can do so.
If Zink doesn't, he would like to purchase one soon. Because
Look, I know enough about Zink to know that he's thought of this before and probably has already done so.
adding it to my inventory.
Okay.
Susa, will you help me set up the tent and or tents that we may or may not have?
For the record, out of character, if you want Sutha to set up a hammock, the hammock will be 4 feet off the ground.
Deal.
It'll come right up to your head.
You
Yeah.
have to use levitate to get in that son bitch.
Sutha sets up,
Crap, that's loud.
do we have everybody's stuff with us, or does everybody else have their, like, do we have the basic, like, camping equipment for everyone, or do we just have ours?
I don't think anyone actually left their stuff at the bed and breakfast.
Right,
Yeah.
but I feel like if we all had a plan involved, like, you guys wouldn't bring your tent and stuff if you knew we were setting up camp. Like, you would have given it to us. Does that make sense?
You guys did meet
Bags
up in
of
front of
holding.
the. You guys did meet up in front of the mine all together before splitting up, so it is perfectly within the realm of reason that you're like, hey, if you are setting up camp, here is my tent. Like that's definitely something we could have played off as like that has happened.
Let me
Because
see
it just makes
what
sense.
camping shit I've got. Yeah, I'd say Sierra gave her bedroll to the group. I mean, because a lot of her other stuff she just keeps in Darren's bag of holding.
Mhm.
But she'll have like her pack and her bedroll, so she probably gave her bedroll to Sutha.
Okay, fair. All right, yeah. Sutha sets up the bedroll and all that jazz.
Yeah.
And she makes it so her stuff is not in a tent because ever since her little ruin of my tent fiasco, Sutha has not slept in a tent. She has slept outside.
Baby. Oh, that's very fair.
This tent has ceased to be.
I'm not tall enough.
Sutha just sets up all the fucking tent.
Drax, sorry, Sutha. I'm not very tall.
Zink, are you asking me to pick you up and put you in a hammock?
Sutha chuckles slightly.
You said it's 4 feet off the ground?
At least.
No, I think I can get into the hammock. I can't help Sutha with like the poles and the tent and the things.
Right, because if you're asking me to pick you up, then I'd be concerned. But I am going to get the campfire set up. Anyway,
Okay.
and
Uh,
once that's done, I'll help Sutha with the tents and such.
So Zinc is going to start climbing the tree, and then jump from the tree into the hammock.
Roll me a dexterity check.
Wait, Dex or acrobatics or athletics?
Acrobatics I could see.
Cue. I believe I can fly. As he like tries to belly flop into the fucking hammock.
Oh, no.
7.
Not wrong.
You land in the hammock and it does that hammock thing where it immediately fucking spins and dumps your ass on the ground.
Okay.
So, I'm guessing that Sutha and Drax hear the thud.
Oh yes, it's a loud thud.
Just turns.
There's-
2 gold pieces says he does it again.
Zinc sort of just like puts his thumb in the air, like, okay. This is like face planted in the ground.
10 gold. You're on.
They shake on it.
Zinc is going to walk over and lower. He's going to lower the support for one side. And then
No,
he's going
I have this to a tree. There is no support bar. It's not a tree.
No, like I'm gonna lower the you like a hammock, we wrap it around the wait, how did you do it?
The normal way you do a hammock?
So yeah, you wrap
find
it
a tree branch that's low enough, you tie it to that just above the tree branch so it can't fall down, and then you also tie it to the additional tree branch. We're going old school, man.
You did it to the branches and not the actual trunks?
No, you tie it to the trunk that's above the tree branch so that way it
Okay.
can't slide down.
Okay, I heard it as I tied it to the tree branch, and I was just like, okay,
You
I have
also-
major concerns.
Also tie the end of the rope to the tree branch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this
Zinc
is high fucking up. Oh my god.
Yeah, Zinc is gonna climb the tree again and undo the hammock so it goes lower.
Okay.
I regret nothing.
I just lost 10 gold. Fuck.
Yep. To the girl that has more gold than everyone.
Seriously.
I was gonna say, why do you need it?
It was just fun to say.
With all this, make me another. I think in this case, make me another acrobatics check to get your ass up there and not fall as you are adjusting
I just gotta wash this off. I'll be right back, okay?
mid climb.
12.
Okay, it's not pretty. It's not pretty, but you managed to make it a little better. You have lowered one side.
Okay. And then I'll go to the other tree and lower
Okay.
the other
It
one.
takes you a little while. Like it took Sutha maybe like 10 minutes to put this thing up. It takes you like 20 to get it to your specifications, to your needs. And it's now lower to the ground.
Yeah, that's fair. So yeah, Zinc will hop into it, and then he's gonna take out the sending stones. I believe I already tried to contact my sister today from within the city.
Also, Mitch, you owe me 10 gold.
Did you?
I subtracted it from my fucking inventory.
Yeah, because we were testing to see if, or was that someone else that did the sending stone?
I think it was somebody. I think was it Sierra actually casting the sending spell?
Yeah, Sierra actually cast sending spell.
There we go. I was like something else.
Okay.
Something else.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will try to contact my sister. I'll contact the queen, and then I will contact. I will try to contact my mother for the first time.
Okie dokie.
'Cause I sent her a little package with the sending stone, and I think I sent her a sapphire as well. But I only sent it like maybe a day or two
yeah,
ago.
it
So
would
might
not have gotten there by now.
Okay, then yeah, I would. Then I wouldn't try it.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, so sister or queen first?
Sister.
All right. Making notes. Cool. So what do you? So you pick up the stone and it actually feels like warm in your hand.
Mhm.
So what do you say?
Hey sis, just checking in. Sorry, this is Zinc. I'm in Moonstone, and this place totally sucks. I hope things are good with you.
You have 4 left.
Replies may be delayed.
Okay. You get back from her fairly quickly. Moonstone is very creepy. Haven't been there, but merchants scare me.
Please tell me the laughter is part of it.
You can hear the mental, like, you can hear the tone. Laughing's not a word, so it doesn't actually translate.
Yeah.
I'm fine, still searching, nothing yet, but I'm hopeful. Thanks for tip on location. There we go. Cool. So now she can use hers to send you one back, which you can then reply to. So she then additionally sends, be careful in there. Place is very off. Just don't die. We'll check on you tomorrow. Hope that everything goes well in there. Love you. Yeah.
Love you too. I'll message first in case barrier is between us. We think it may have one of the 5.
You've got 4 more.
Talk to you tomorrow.
Okay.
Cool.
Nailed it.
And now she's stuck with like, wait, what?
Take that, Laura. I'm just kidding.
Okay. Let's see.
He replied, so Arya's not able to reply back.
Yeah, definitely. So basically she's just looking at the stone like, I can't use you, and he drops that at the end of his message. What the fuck? Like, if this were a little bit more comedically timed, we'd hear like a very faint what the fuck? Like far off screen from like the direction of the Ozers. It's like, what was that? Must have been a bird. Anyway.
Weird noise.
Okay, cool. So for the queen, what do you send?
Don't
Don't die.
Hey, quit.
Dear Queen, I am
That's not part.
currently suffocating while sending.
This is what happens when you separate Zinc from the 2 healers in the party.
Okay. Are you okay? Which is it?
Sorry. I was drinking water and it decided to try to drown me.
Well, see, this is why you don't drink water. It's dangerous.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's super dangerous. I promise this is not Corona. For the
To
queen.
the queen.
Greetings, Your Majesty. It is I. here with a message. We have arrived in Moonstone. This place is queer.
Six.
Is there anything we should know?
Who let Zinc have the extremely limited word sending stuff? He does not know how to be succinct.
Subtlety.
Well, you know, Queen, so I wanted to be like, grandiose, and I was like, oh fuck, there's 25 words to this now.
Shit. That was another one. Damn it.
Fuck, I said it again.
At least I didn't use my full name, because that's 10 words right there. Sorry, Mitch. I'm not trying to drown you, too.
Well, if I do drown, I'm drowning by tea. The ultimate way to go for a Brit.
That is.
So the queen comes back, and even mentally, you can hear that she sounds just kind of tired. You know that she's been on her tour for a couple of weeks now, and touring is always exhausting, no matter what. Like even especially if you're royalty, because there's so much extra shit to go through. Anyway, so her voice comes back and it does sound a little bit tired, and she says, "Hello, Zinc. Glad you've arrived safely. Moonstone is a strange city and always has been, from what I understand.
You got 6 left.
Yeah. But you shouldn't be harmed. Her then next message, which is sort of like continuing on this, so she's just like, no, I'm just gonna send the both. So her next message to continue on that is, it's always been unnaturally peaceful and punctual with kingdom matters, but I never stay over long. I don't have more information, but so be cautious.
That's 25, I think. I don't know. I'm not sure.
I think I've got 2 left, but I don't know what else she would.
I've been counting the ums.
Oh, fair.
Love you. You pooping?
So now it's yours.
Okay. That wasn't part of it. Very strange city. We're staying outside. Hold on, that's a Brian
Yeah, I wouldn't count ums because I assume the spell knows like.
Oh, I would.
What you're gonna say.
I would count Zinc's. The Zinc's ums are deliberate.
Fair enough.
Please be careful. Off the table. What is the name of that cult that we've been fighting?
Keepers.
The keepers.
The keepers are very dangerous and may try to accost you.
You got 5 more.
Oh,
Yeah, that was 20.
hope you are well.
Yeah, 1.
Think. Heart emoji.
Heart emoji.
Question is,
But if we learned anything from our phone communications, emojis are worth 2 characters. I'm joking.
And expensive to put in a text message.
well, it depends on how advanced.
All she gets is a number 3.
It's
That
like a
appears.
Little box.
Have access to-
Okay, cool. So you have spoken with them, which is great. For the other 2 that are there, while Zink is having his own combo, and I guess before he updates y'all, are y'all doing anything else or discussing anything else about like what the fuck's going on here?
Drax is begrudgingly giving Suther 10 gold.
Damn it.
Just fuck's sake. Never place a bet on Zink, he will do the weirdest shit.
And it feels good to be a gangster.
Okay, that needs to be on a Suther shirt.
Damn, it feels good to be a gangster.
Oh, y'all, wait. There's gonna be stuff that can get put on her t-shirt for real coming up real quick.
Fuck your gods.
No, worse. I ain't telling you shit.
I'm intrigued and afraid.
You should be, it's fun. And you're the DM. You're allowing this to happen. It's all your fault.
That sounds about right.
Not me the fuck.
Nani?
And I talked. We're good.
Who the fuck? Oh, okay. Well, Drax is gonna turn to Suther and just ask, "How are you doing?"
Fine.
No. He's smart enough to know. Don't push it.
But are you?
He's learning. He's learning.
Yeah, no, Sutha's just like picking up okay, so you know when you're picking up sticks for a fire? She's picking up mini trees for a fire.
She's like, if we're gonna have a fire, we're gonna have a real fucking fire.
Yeah.
I don't
Fair.
think
think
she's
she's
fine.
Also, she wants the satisfaction of getting to break all these things in half.
Yep. She's just like breaking them on her knee or just like breaking them in her hands, just like they're freaking twigs. And it's like aggressive as hell.
I'm fine. Snap.
Snap.
Ain't fucking with that shit.
No. Hold up. You got yourself into this mess now. Snap.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm fine. Snap. Why do I not seem fine?
I didn't assume anything. I was just asking.
Because everything, snap, is fine and fucking dandy, isn't it?
I'm gonna do the smart thing and just nod and agree.
She takes a deep breath. That was insensitive. How are you?
I'm glad to be out of that fucking place.
Everyone was
And
just
I'm
too fucking happy.
I don't know whether it's bad on us that there's such a thing as too happy, or they're just fucked up.
Even in times of utter anguish, there's always something to be happy about. But when it is forced on you to be happy, you can see it.
Unfortunately, I do not have the willpower to shrug off that effect, so I was an unfortunate victim.
I'm glad you're not able to fake your emotions. It's nice to see a true face every now and then.
I wouldn't exactly call it faking my emotions, but showing them when needed.
You're gonna have to shave a little bit once Isla gets her eyesight. She's gonna think she's married to a bear.
Maybe she likes bears. She is a druid.
Then she'd be into me.
I mean, that's fair. No, Drax is gonna audibly chuckle. You have a point there. But as soon as I even utter the word shaving, one person's gonna come out with a straight razor and get a little razor happy. She means well, of course.
I have a salve if you need it.
Is it really that bad?
No, as in like once she goes razor happy, you're gonna have little marks on your face and you're gonna need something to cover that up.
That's true. But is my beard really that bad right now?
No, it makes you look like a man instead of a little girl.
Trust me, you do not want to see me without a beard. I'm very baby-faced for a half-dwarf.
You're baby-faced with a beard.
Is everything just baby-faced to you that isn't an orc?
Actually, there's a lot of orcs that are baby-faced.
I'm gonna lie, I kind of want to see that. Just to say that I have seen it.
She just, like, nonchalantly smiles. Perhaps one day.
I look forward to it.
I do miss home, though. Granted, I don't even know where they're located now.
I miss home too.
Hi, Hannah! Love your face. Just got done making fun of your boyfriend for having a beard.
I hope Dar's staying out of trouble.
I liked him.
Everyone does.
He does not have a baby face.
No.
He had a very nice face.
You're not hitting on my dad, are you?
She kind of leans down. I don't like men.
Okay. Then you and I have something in common. We both love women.
Specific women. You like the pretty, sweet, sincere type. But can still kick your ass.
Oh, I know damn well that Isla could kick my ass into next week, and you know what? I am not even mad.
We all know she can kick your ass into next week. That ain't no secret.
But, Isla is in the best way possible, she's a special case.
I've never met someone so genuinely good.
Neither have I.
Someone's always out for something.
Trust me, it shocked me at first as well. You know, the first couple of days of meeting her, I really thought there has to be a catch here. There has to be a catch. But quickly learned that there is none. And I'm not even mad about it.
So when are you gonna marry her?
Is Zig sleeping, or is he just like twiddling his thumbs and not paying attention?
Oh, if he's twiddling his thumbs, he's paying attention.
Zink,
what you doing?
Zink.
Are you actually paying attention or are you not?
Are you actively paying attention to the conversation that Sooth and Drax are having right now?
Yeah.
Are you in your own little world?
Zinc will, at this point, he would have finished talking to the queen.
I think so, yeah.
So yeah, Zinc is he's aware that you guys are talking, but he's not actively listening.
Okay.
And Brian was looking at Facebook, so I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. It was not meant to be a call out. It was just like, oh, is Zinc listening to the conversation?
Zinc currently, but I mean, he's also in the hammock nearby, so you guys might not be aware of it.
Yeah.
Fair warning.
Drax, you're gonna reach into the pouch and show Sooth the ring.
What's it made out of? Or what does it look like?
Um,
I'm gonna critique your choices in life right now, bud.
Yeah. Sierra and Sutha have it fucking right. Sierra's like, are you sure you want to do this so soon? And Sutha's like, did you get the right fucking ring?
Hey, the right ring tells you what kind of person they are.
Exactly.
Here's the thing. Well, we'll play that out when it gets there into. But with the ring, you see a lightly patinaed iron band with like slight intricate carving, and a very, very nicely cut ruby.
So, stupid question. How dark is the ruby?
I would say about as dark as Drax's armor.
Okay, so it's like a maroon or like something like that. Okay, and you said it's iron, so it's like a silver or it's like steel tint.
More, it's not as chrome polish as silver, but it's a steel tint with like a bit of black. It's like blackened, patinaed, just lightly.
Sorry, I don't know terms. She looks at it. She looks at you. You really just wanted her to wear you on her finger, didn't you?
Shots fucking fired.
Take 3d6 psychic damage for that one.
To be fair, he didn't make the ring.
I know, but he picked it out.
No.
Mm-mm.
And Drax will say this. Actually, Dar made this. Picked it out and everything. He surprised me and all.
Was it your mum's?
Don't know. Never met her. Well, Falklider is actually just my uncle.
That's why he doesn't look like you. The thing is that she's just stating things. She doesn't even try to hurt. She's not even trying to do it.
No, and this is why Drax is actually not taking offense, because Sooth is a very blunt and literal fucking person. But anyway, my parents were killed by bandits when I was a baby. I made it to Granite, and my uncle took me in.
Put it in a pretty box.
I haven't had time to find one. Zinc.
Hi.
You wouldn't happen to have a small, tiny, like pretty box on you, would you?
I
No. Wait.
hold on. Let me figure out how to get out of this hammock.
We're in a place where jewels are common. What are the chances of finding a geode? Just if I'm looking for one.
Oh, that's cool. Well, honestly, fairly decent. And like, of course, the kind of geode that you'll find will vary depending on where you are. But if you want to make me a nature roll, I feel like you can sort of scour the area around you and figure out what the fuck's going on.
18 plus 4.
Very nice.
He.
Okay, get yours today.
he.
The rock hound is not there, but she's fucking impressed.
I'm just saying, it does remind me of Red Skull, and I'm sorry.
Hail Hydra.
Fine, honestly.
Hail
Fuck yeah.
Hydra.
No.
They scream as they get Sparta kicked into a well by Captain America. Anyway,
Damn it.
yes, by Sutha too. Okay, so yeah, if you're kind of interested, there's a sort of on the end, a little bit closer to the town. There's a little bit of like kind of a rocky outcrop that the trees are situated near. It's not anything extreme. It's maybe like a 4-foot differential in height, technically, but it's got some exposed like rock. It's got some places you can kind of dig in. So if you settle down and kind of like scrape through there for a little bit, it doesn't take you long to find one of those stones that kind of has that specific feel to it. That's just like, yeah, you gonna have something.
Yeah. So I find that rock. I take it back to camp. I do the thing to open it. I know
Okay.
you can smash it, but I want it in 2 pieces instead of like smashed.
Okay. I feel like you can fine tune that enough. Like you are in control of your strength. So I tell you what, just to see like what kind of one it is, you roll a d100. So you roll me 2 d10s. Tell me what the result is.
What if you have a D100?
Stop moving. 83.
Okay, cool.
Where's my banana? Look at
It's so fucking cool looking. Oh my god.
it's that whole set. Anyway, continue on with life. I'm sorry. I'm super excited.
So yeah. So you crack it open, and I decided on a couple of values beforehand. But you crack it open, and surprisingly enough, excuse you, sir. You don't actually find a moonstone inside. Surprisingly enough, what you actually find when you open it is a sort of it's kind of a pale. It's a word. Sorry. It's a pale, like almost pinkish hued sapphire. So yeah, not very typical, especially this far out, but shit happens sometimes. So yeah, so it's a sort of irregular sapphire to say the least, but that's pretty cool.
So yeah, Sutha did all this without Drax seeing.
Fair enough.
Cause sneaky sneak.
Max, help! I'm trapped in the hammock.
Yeah, no, somehow you have managed to twist yourself around in it.
I love how like Sutha doesn't seem like a thoughtful person, but is super fucking thoughtful.
Drax will literally spin the hammock back again.
Again.
Again. So Sutha comes over and like stops you spinning the half-elf priest of Anubis.
Yeah.
What, he
And
asked me
just
to-
like mid-spin hands you a rock. And it just looks
Hey.
like a rock, and you're just like, what?
Zink is gonna grab Sutha's arm and like pull himself out of the hammock.
Oh.
Open it, you dumbass.
Let me see. Let me look.
He will turn it opened.
Zink's eyes go anime for a minute.
So I don't know if anyone has ever told you this, but you're a fucking genius.
Wait, you just found it in the woods?
Yeah, there's a pile of rocks over there.
Zink's gonna run over and directly to the pile of rock.
Man, that guy's
Pile of
quick.
rocks. If you'd like to also roll nature to see what you can find, you may.
Sure. I have a +2 in nature. 17.
I think yeah, you find you can also find a geode, and if you want to try to smoosh it open, you're gonna have to make me a strength check because I don't know for sure if you'll get it open.
No.
Sierra's like, I feel a disturbance in the force.
Dark.
Somebody's finding rocks.
Zink is gonna hand it to Sutha. Does this one have a thingy in it?
Damn it. Okay. Does Sutha need to make a strength check to open this one?
I don't think Sousa does. Zink does because he's not you.
Oh, but I handed it to Sutha to open.
Yeah, so Sousa can just pop it open. So Zink, roll me a D100.
Ooh, I have a D100.
You do, isn't that great? Oh.
40.
Okay, this one you actually get a you do get a moonstone, and it is a fairly nice. It's actually like one of the rainbow moonstones. So it kind of has like a little bit of each kind of color as it in its flashies as it goes.
Now,
Hold
is
up.
it embedded in the rock, or is it like a geode kind of thing?
It's geode color that.
So it's like crystalline?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
What's
Hold up.
What?
Zink found an uncut moonstone before Sierra did.
No. I found a moonstone geode, which
Oh,
is
that's fair, actually. I hadn't thought about that.
Sierra's like, I sense a great disturbance in the force.
gnome.
Well, actually, that's a good fucking point.
It could be opal or lapis lazuli or emerald.
There's not a lapis here. I'll definitely go with. I think I'll go with opal in this case then, because I completely like spaced on that. Like, oh right, those are actually going to be in there, so it would have an opalescent sheen as opposed to a moonstone sheen.
But
My bad.
theoretically, it would make sense for a pile of rocks near moonstone to have a moonstone in it.
True, but they're so zealous about it that if it did, they would have found it by now.
Yeah,
I feel like
fucking sirens go off in the fucking city. Someone
Basically,
found
I
a
was just like-
moonstone!
Well, I do feel like because of how they extract the moonstone, there's no way they would have been able to miss it.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, sorry. That's I think in any other city you've got like half a chance to find a geode containing that gem in it in crystalline form, and you've got like half to receive a different type. It just doesn't work for moonstone because of the way that they do their shit.
That's actually a good point. Zink is actually going to go back over to the pile of rocks and just start singing that song that they were singing in the mines. I'll make a performance check too.
Do that.
That's not off key.
So you're, by the way, the geode that you did find, by the way, is we're retconning slightly. It's an opal-y.
Oh yeah,
type one.
an,
So, yeah.
an opalescent opal geode kind of thing.
Okay. So you do the little singy thing, and you get it like, well, actually, do you?
22.
Fair. You make a pretty good replica of the song that you've heard. I don't know how good Zink is at singing normally, but you do a pretty good rendition, I suppose. So once and you're kind of staring at like the pile of everything. But as far as you can tell, there's nothing in here that's flashing in the way that you saw Sierra's flashing.
Okay.
Sierra's ring flashing, sorry.
It was worth a shot. So Sutha,
Hey?
he'll like run back over from the rock pile. Drax, do you mind holding down the fort for a second?
No.
Okay. Fly on Sutha and myself.
Motherfucker!
Noom!
Um,
Since you can control what you do, you don't noom.
He just does it like so quickly that she could just feel it happen, and I feel like it's a sense of an electrical pulse of some sort that makes her feel like she can fly. But it's a tickling feeling, and she's not used to being tickled.
I imagine it as like when you're driving a car and you go over like a hill and you're
Yes.
like, woo.
Yep.
Zinc, high, lower, middle.
Mid. I already rolled to select.
Okay.
We're gonna die.
You're good.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Everyone tenses up and release.
So Zinc sort of like jumps into the air and starts flying around. Sutha, do you follow?
He's going to be the death of me one day. And she follows.
Jaxel shouts to them, please don't actually die. I would hate to have to explain that back to the rest.
We mostly probably won't.
I like your vote of confidence.
Mostly?
Ooh. Yeah, so Zinc would like to fly up and just sort of like get a lay of the land around the dome and maybe get like a closer look at the dome.
Okay. As you get close, you can see that the guards down below are looking directly up at you and looking at each other. They aren't speaking, of course, like you don't see any of their mouths moving, but they're looking at each other, and you see some hands flashing, and they're just watching for the moment. They haven't done anything.
Yeah, we're not. Zinc isn't going to try to penetrate, and he's not going to try to fly over the thing. He's just like flying up to the thing to just kind of like look at it and like sort of look at the city within.
Okay.
To get through a more of a bird's eye view.
Okay, it looks very similar to before when you did the exact same thing in the city itself. There's not really a whole lot of difference, except out here it looks much more like an actual like moonstone that's kind of crouching over this place, and whereas inside it's more of like it tints the world that you see outside of it like a faintly like bluish purplish like sheen. So yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna pull out the map and I'm gonna look at like some of the like physical building landmarks, like in the church that's like really tall, or like if there's a tower, or if there's like a cistern, or like a field or a performance space.
Okay. Yeah.
Like,
so for the bigger things that are in there, like some of the biggest are of course like the prospectors' houses. The bed and breakfast is on there, of course, and like some of the other temples. Mostly the bigger ones. It looks like some of the smaller ones probably kind of fluctuate a bit depending on like what followers are here and kind of keeping track of it. She did mention when you got the he mentioned when you got the map that it's about the most up-to-date one that they've got. So as far as you can tell from like this view of it, everything seems to sync up pretty well. Like you don't see like a new building or anything that's been moved or is otherwise like out of place.
Right.
From here.
I think I was saying it when we got the map, so.
Yeah.
Zinc is gonna look and see if there's maybe like a rhyme or reason to the town, like if one area looks like it is older, or
like as far as you can tell, the centermost part of town looks to be the oldest. Like it's the stuff that's a bit more ornate, a bit more from like when you were in there, like a little bit more weathered comparatively, like with how it interacts with the world and stuff like that. Which makes sense because your town center is usually the place that you're going to establish first in a town. And then it just kind of radiated out from there. So the stuff nearer to the edges is newer.
Okay. Does any of it look like it's not being used, or if it's like kind of like, is there like no light? Like, because I'll be able to see the streets and stuff. Is there like areas that don't have like a lot of people going out and about?
No, it looks like it's all pretty well traversed. Like it's not overly full. It looks like it's like exactly at capacity. So like if they had anybody new coming in, they might need to add on like some additional housing or something. Okay. But everything seems to be situated like exactly within the walls.
Okay. Yeah, Zink's gonna take some notes and just mark off like important places on the map, and then after about like 8 minutes, it's gonna look around and see where Sutha is.
Gotcha. Sutha, did you go on your own adventure or did you hover nearby?
I was told to follow the zinc, so I followed the zinc.
Fair enough. So Sutha is presumably nearby looking out over everything.
It's a weird city, huh?
Yeah, I was telling Drax, I don't like it when people are made to be happy.
No, I agree. It's very like unorthodox.
Do you really think a rock can do that?
Well, I mean, my grandfather was very powerful as a sorcerer, and he had some items that had great power as well. So it's not completely surprising, though this is kind of extreme.
I've been wondering, actually, if perhaps this rock, used with the right people, of course,
Mm-hmm.
can actually protect Gem Kingdom from the black ooze, or if that's why this is being used in the first place.
It's possible.
Because if magic can't penetrate it, the black ooze is magical, that would protect them from it.
From a distance, yeah. If someone was outside of the city, my biggest concern is if we take this thing, what's going to happen to the barrier and the people inside?
I'm supposing they get to be their normal selves.
True, but I mean, just imagine like waking up to a life of chaos and pain and suffering and all the stuff that we I mean, it makes us stronger, but for these people it would be like a huge weakness.
Who's to say that reality is a weakness?
Well, I mean, this is their reality. I mean, they've lived every day for as long as they can remember. I mean, unless they were visitors like us.
A slave is a slave.
Yeah. No, I get it. I'm actually for ending this. I worry that, some people won't be able to handle it.
And that is why there are people that can help.
Like us.
Suther kind of just looks down and just kind of like smiles a little bit, like, oh, she actually can help people. People actually think she can help people. That's different.
So we have about like 2 minutes on this spell. Do you want to go fly around a little bit longer?
Actually, can we circle the barrier on the outside?
I don't know if I want to alarm the guards any more than we already have, but
No. Just like walk around the outside.
oh yeah. But if you want to have some fun first, I have Featherfall prepared also.
Yeah, motherfucking good. So yeah, no. What I want Sutha to basically do is because she's got twice as much leg as everybody else does.
Mm-hmm.
How big is this city? How will it take her a day to walk around it?
No. It might take you maybe the better part of 6 hours, I feel like.
Okay, because I've been having this theory as Sutha, like, okay, there's a magical barrier. That means that magic can't get in it. If that necro sludge is just falling from the fucking sky or coming out of nowhere, that means that it, can't get into this bubble, which means if it tried to get into the bubble, it would be forced to go to the outside of it.
Mhm.
Which means if there's any evidence that it was there, not saying that there was any, because obviously there wouldn't be any in the city for anybody to say yes, there was or no. That means that whatever is left would be on the outside of the barrier, meaning she could see if there's like the blackened areas or something like that.
Okay, yeah, fair.
So yeah, she wants to circle around the city to see if there had been an attempt to use the necro sludge on things.
Okay, fair enough.
I
yeah,
know it's 99% that it's not a thing, but still.
Yeah, fair. You'll be able to cut off about like because like you're flying and you can go that much like faster and don't have to, you know, actively move your legs and shit. So with the 2 minutes that you've got left, that's gonna shave off about 2 hours of like actively having to walk around. So um
Link's gonna follow her just in case something happens.
So yeah, so as you're kind of going around, and then in the hours that sort of follow it up, as far as you can tell, by the time you end everything around sunset, let's say.
Oh wait, I was gonna cast fly again.
Oh, okay, fair.
Yeah, because just so we could get around it like without it taking 6 hours.
Lower mid.
Oh. Low.
Okay, you are safe. So.
Yeah.
So yeah, so if you you cast that again, then you're able to sort of complete this with about half of the time of fly. So in total, it'll take you about, I guess, like 7 minutes to go around the whole thing with fly. So yay. So you guys are able to do that and sort of like check over the ground as you're going, because as y'all know, like the patches of this shit is like very obvious, very easy to see from up above, or just at all. But you do not actively see any signs of that stuff up here, which like Sutha had said, there was no real way besides this to be like absolutely certain, because people in the city wouldn't have seen it, and there's not many other people around here to have like reported seeing anything if someone in the city didn't directly see it. So it's a good thing to double check. But yeah, as far as you can tell, there aren't any remnants of necrotic patches up in her. So yeah, so at least there's that.
Yeah, no, I was thinking like, okay, we've kind of gotten a little off track with that, and that was the whole point for Sutha to be here in the first place. So
yeah,
I just like, okay, Sutha needs to start getting back on track with that shit.
Yeah, as far as y'all can tell, like reports of that have just kind of trickled off. There haven't really been any new reports for a little while, so you're not sure if maybe it's charging or something else is a cooking, maybe something worse. Me.
Maybe this is some foreshadowing from your DM. Everybody be on the fucking lookout.
Excuse me. Okay. So.
Letting you guys know for the record, my sister needs me to go do something around 11. I don't know why. I guess that's when she's off of work, so I'm gonna be gone for about 15-20 minutes.
Okay.
She just texted me a little bit ago, so.
Cool, makes sense. Okay. So yeah, so once y'all finish up, you can easily make it back to the campsite before flight ends. Unless you want to like, you know, do some air acrobatics in the air before you land or what have you.
100%. Yeah, Zink is gonna wait for it to expire and then cast Featherfall. If Sutha wants to join him, he'll give her fair warning that it's gonna end in like a minute, so she can either land and have it expire on the ground, or we can be in the air and I can cast Featherfall.
Wait, did you just say you're gonna cast Fireball?
Featherfall.
Oh, like holy shit! Like what are you doing that for?
I'm gonna cast
going down in a blaze of glory.
Hell yeah, we are.
I'm gonna cast a bubble. Aw. Khajiit is mad. So it's up to you. Do you want to land or do you want to Featherfall with me?
She'll feather fall. What the fuck?
Okay. That is a spell technically, but as long as you're within 60 feet, I can cast it on all of us.
I think you're fine so far. You've done well enough.
Aww. My kitty cat snoring.
Oh.
I love this dice because the things are so small that it just takes forever to land.
I've learned a handy new trick for making Booker come in here, so I don't have to chase him down. Because he loves the sound of the sun chips bag. Because for some reason, despite the fact that he's never gotten one, he thinks he's going to get one when I open it. I've used this to now trick him to come into the room so I can close the door.
Does it sound like his cat food bags?
Nope.
Treat bags?
Leo has a thing about
He doesn't like
plastic.
treats.
I'm starting to notice that some cats have a thing about plastic. They just like the taste of plastic, so that might be what it is.
Maybe. But yeah, but he like hears that bag crumpling and he's just like immediately like hello. Anyway, it's just a handy shorthand trick.
Just by the way, for those of you that have cats, Trader Joe has a kitty cat advent calendar.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
My cats don't like them, but my cats are picky ass motherfuckers.
Yes. So you guys managed to make it back in here safely. Drax, quick question: what were you doing for the 20 minutes that they were gone?
Drax did make a point to contacting Thor, and now that he's outside the fucking barrier.
Fair enough. Roll me religion.
Don't fuck me, Gil. That's 17.
Okay, cool. So it feels much easier, even though you're not making like as solid a contact as usual. It still feels so much easier than it was inside that fucking place. So you managed to make contact, and you can almost feel him like stretch a little in your head, and you hear sort of this rumbly sound that it's almost indistinguishable from just normal thunder, but you just hear this sort of rumbly grumble in the back of your head of like, I know you're not done, but I'm glad you're not in there right now. That place is a rough patch if you aren't one of the healer types.
Yeah.
Did Thor just say, that's rough, buddy?
Sort of.
Actually, a quick question. Would Sierra would have told the whole group that one of... because I'm trying to remember. Sierra would have told the whole group that there is a legendary gem here?
I
Or
did
still-
last session.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sorry, I'm quite tired and I wasn't too entirely sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a reason for that barrier. There's a legendary gem here.
I see. You have the impression that you have caught him off guard.
I just made Thor speechless.
I have an actual picture reaction of Thor right now.
Oh the fuck! What? The what?
Squeeze bitch.
He kicks down the Raven Queen's door later. How long have you known this? And she's just sitting there with a cup of tea. Hello to you too.
Bitch, I don't have to tell you shit.
Is
I'm also just thinking of that picture that Paige has posted a couple of times of like, yeah, I just took this this goldfish from that beholder's lair. Oh, what? Just anyway. So yeah, so Thor just, I see.
Did you make the god of thunder speechless? You are never living this down. I'm telling you this right now.
You are my champion. That explains much. Well,
the what?
So yeah,
Apologize.
he legitimately seems kind of like uncertain of what to say. I I honestly don't know if he's gonna have anything more. If the connection just kind of like, okay, I'm gonna come back, like kind of the equivalent of like, well, I got a lot to do, so I'll hit you back up later. Okay, thanks, bye.
It's like, wait, no, I'm going through a tunnel. Okay, bye. Click. Odin, we have an issue here.
Dad.
Dad, if this is Loki's doing, I'm gonna kick his ass.
You have to find him first. Anyway,
It took me a minute to realize Nate just stuck his hand up.
Why do I feel that the hand is literally going, "You'll never take me alive, fuckers"?
going to commit arson. Anyway,
I'm going to
so
commit genocide.
anyway, so yeah, you have surprised your patron, or well, not patron. You've surprised your deity. So yeah, what do you do? With that?
He has the most smuggest, shit-eating grin on his face, for one. But there's also an element of shock in there. He's just like, I made Thor speechless. Why is Thor speechless? Fuck. Oh, Christ. At this point, Drax is kind of is gonna put the ring in the Geo box for one, and honestly, he's just as dumbfounded. He's like, huh, Thor's speechless. Why is he speechless?
That's not good. Fuck.
Well, well, shit. And at this point, he's actually just gonna cook some food over the campfire.
Good shit.
Have that ready for when the flying monkeys come back.
Come back.
Hi. Hi. Just in time, I was I'm making food.
It smells good.
It's dwarven seasoning.
I wonder what time the rest of the group will get back.
But la la la.
What an interesting segue. Wee.
Thanks, I
Wink
got
wonk.
some. I was actually a Segway tour guide for a while, I'm not gonna lie. A lot of segues happening.
Okay. So I know Thornton was gonna be right back. But in the meantime, we're going to use that as a transition. To transition over to the mines. So yeah. Y'all are planning to enter the mines. You are not going to be wearing hard hats because this party runs on spite.
In my defense, my disguised self with the hat now is wearing a hard hat.
Is wearing a hard. Yeah, you are wearing an illusory. My illusions. An illusory hard hat. What do you want, son? My son, I need this space, please. So.
Yeah, I have my disguised self up to make it look like I'm wearing a hard hat.
But yeah. And as a
Isla
reminder,
just weaves herself a nice, like, hat of crowns, like a hat of flowers.
Precious baby.
Must protect.
Florma said he'll be right back, but we all know he's not wearing any sort of hat.
We all know
Nope.
like, deliberately he is walking in flaunting the fact that his head is bare and he is gorgeous.
Have orange, and I'll be fine. Also, I can't. I am physically incapable of wearing a hat, hard or otherwise.
It's very fair.
My eyes are large and intrusive.
Gotcha. So who is leading the way? The cavern's wide enough that y'all can easily walk 2 by 2. So who's leading the way and who's bringing up the rear?
Ranger, I look for shit.
Okay.
Also, I'm used to being in mines, so
Yeah.
I'll be up front.
I go forward. I have shield.
Wait, you're going ahead of me?
No, I'm with you.
In line.
Okay.
Yes, so we have 2 by 2. So we have
Okay.
the artillery and the tank and the armor plating of the tank in the front.
Isla will stand with Florma.
I guess I'll take up the rear with my perception. I can make sure nothing's following.
Which makes sense, honestly. Just like, who's there? What's happening? Bitch? Nope,
Oh,
that
yes.
was water.
Bitch.
Each, put the paranoid one in the back because he will notice everything.
Just somebody rounds the corner after you guys. He's just waiting there. Hi, bitch.
Hi.
Anyway, okay, cool. So you guys head inside. There's not really anybody kind of lingering up near the top of the caverns. It looks like there's 3 main sort of tunnels that are of course colored after different sort of colors. There's the blue tunnel, the purple tunnel, and the rainbow tunnel, which just, it's just a simple 3 split from there. And from the blue and the purple, you can hear the faint sounds of, or not so faint anymore, the much more hearty sounds of the singing that's coming through. And there's nothing really coming out of the rainbow one at this moment. And there are like actual lanterns and shit set up in here. So I guess everybody make me a perception check for any additional information.
21.
That was cocked. I preferred the cocked roll. God damn it. 12.
Gotcha.
25.
Okay.
I got 18.
Okay.
14.
Okay, gotcha. Okay, cool. So you guys are able to ascertain that yes, indeed, there are 2 active crews right now down in purple and blue. There's nobody over in rainbow, and there are no, there's not like any unattended mine stuff here. Like there's no extra pickaxes or helmets. Well, I'm sorry, there are extra hard hats. You are able to see that. There are extra hard hats, but there's not really anything else. There are also no unattended mine carts out here either. And with the if you rolled over a 20, you can also get the sense that that the place has been built very specifically because you can easily feel the draft of cool air sort of coming out of the place and kind of providing extra ventilation. So it seems like they were very deliberate in how they built it. But yay. Or I guess coming into it. Sorry. So, what you want to do?
Sierra's just glancing between the 3 tunnels.
Part of me wants to see what they're doing in the other tunnels, but there's also no sound coming from the rainbow tunnel.
Yeah, and if we go down the tunnel where people are obviously in, they're probably gonna bitch at us for not wearing helmets.
Let them bitch.
I like your funny words,
Funny words,
Jekyllman. No, Jekyllman.
Big words. That's fair. You look at Florba. That is entirely fair.
Is there like a mining cart nearby?
Mm-mm.
No.
There, weirdly enough, because Sierra's been enough mines to know this, because normally like there's at least a few somewhere. There are no empty or unattended mining carts anywhere in this entryway.
Okay.
That's suspicious.
As much as I would like
That's
to
weird.
investigate the empty mine, I want to see how they sing these gems out.
Alright, well, we have 2 tunnels to choose from, red and blue.
I can provide a song.
Blue it is then.
Blue.
Alright, blue it is then. Alright, here we go. And Sierra will just start making her way towards the blue tunnel.
Cool.
Follow
so,
along.
So y'all can hear the sounds of the song kind of bouncing off the walls as it comes down here. The way that the acoustics in this place work, it's almost like it just gets enhanced as it's going, as opposed to like kind of distorting, which can sometimes happen in like a cave system. Sierra and Deeren especially like know this from all of their time in underground places. Like sound does weird shit underground. But
Sierra suddenly has 1,000-yard stare.
which is fair. But this place, like, it just seems like every time it bounces, it's just kind of adding to that resonant feel of the song itself, which you feel like must have been kind of deliberate. So it doesn't take you more than like 5 minutes of walking to come upon one of the crews down, you said the blue tunnel. So once you sort of round that last corner and sort of see them there, they're all, they're all kind of standing in the middle of the tunnel, basically like on the track, and they're standing near a mine cart that's already kind of half full with stones, and they are singing. There are a couple of of small like brushes and stuff. There's not actually like pickaxes here at this time, as far as you can tell. But there are like some small brushes, a couple of little chisels, and some hammers and stuff like that. Stuff for very fine retrieval work, I guess. And they are all basically like they've got like that really good singing posture. Hannah knows what I'm talking about. Yeah, that one. They've got the really, really good singing posture. And they've just kind of got their heads tilted back a little bit, and they are just like mouths fully open, just singing. And there's no words to it. There's no actual like intelligible song. It's just sound. It's just melody and rhythm and everything moving together. And as they're singing, it kind of is like you're watching it coalesce into an aurora borealis kind of looking thing that faintly looks like an actual shimmer of moonstone above them. And that is then branching off in a way and going into the stone itself. And you're actually seeing the song like kind of almost, it's not like it's grabbing the stones and yanking them out. It's like it's going in and kind of scooping and then drawing them to the surface. And once they have been drawn up, they glitter and glimmer and flash for the song. And at that point, about half the singers stop and pick up their small like retrieval tools and like brush off the dirt and like kind of wiggle them loose and a few other things. And they just pop right the fuck out. And put those into the cart. And once they've gotten everything that's out from this section, and it looks like they're kind of moving little bits at a time, and then they give themselves a bit to rest, and then they'll start again. At one of the rest sections, after about a minute of solid like singing, once the collectors, I guess, are finished with the actual removal process, they stop, and all glance over. faint smiles, of course. And then one by one, they look very concerned. You are not wearing proper safety equipment.
I'm wearing all the safety equipment I need.
They're not laughing. I'm laughing. We do have extras if you require them, though.
You Hades with your hard hats.
I think that we're fine. I mean, I've been hearing your techniques, and I think that your process is fairly taken care of. Your skill must be very amazing. That I don't think that we'd be in any danger at all.
Question, DM, is anybody keeping eye on the fucking cart?
I mean, they're all around it. So, yes. You can certainly try.
I want to lift a moonstone.
I mean, we were gonna go.
I have plus 13 to sleight of hand, and I have advantage because I have that moonstone ring.
Funnily enough, the irony.
I want to. I'm sorry, guys. Sierra has not stolen anything in months. Y'all can try to stop her, but she's going to be casually just walking around, pretending to be looking around, and then try to lift a stone from the fucking cart.
Now, I have passive perception of 20. Can I notice what she's thinking?
You can.
Darren knows what she's thinking.
I was about to say, I feel like if nothing else, Flortman knows that he may not know exactly what she's doing, but he may know that she's up to something related to why y'all are here. That's probably your more likely assumption. I think only Darren might know the wildfire in her heart that burns from a single moonstone.
Because I so want to go, what is that?
I was thinking that honestly, because of the interaction that you're going to be having with them, where they're all going to be very concerned, and especially with the question they're about to ask you, that is going to provide some cover for Sierra that she can definitely be using, because she would. So yeah, because they're gonna look over at you, especially Flortma, because out of everyone you have nothing on your head, and they're gonna be like, it seems that, and it's the head foreman, whatever. His hard hat has a little thing on it. It seems that you are under some distress. Do you require any assistance?
What are you going to do? Sing a moonstone at my head? I'm fine.
26 for sleight of hand. My first roll was an 18, the second roll was a 26.
Yeah, none of them even come close.
I swipe a moonstone and I slide it up into my archer gauntlet.
Fair enough.
The only thing that's causing me distress is everyone asking me if I'm in distress.
We do apologize, of course. No one would ever mean to give you any extra stress in your life.
Then butt out. He's given you a clear answer. He does not require assistance. No need to ask anymore.
We are simply here to provide help in any way that we can, especially as you are
clearly
in our
don't
mind.
need help.
Well, we can say, if you go further down the path, there are a few places that are slick, so be sure to watch the floor. And most of those have not yet been processed very much, so I don't know if there's anything better to see than the stalactites, but they are very nice this time of year.
I walk away, and I continue down. Let's go, everyone.
Isla just lets out a little thank you.
And I walk off behind Sierra and do that thing with my cape.
As Florma walks beside me, I kind of slip the moonstone out a little bit for him to see, and I give him a wink, and then I slip it back. Sarah, any response from you? Because you're just like,
Aaron's just watching this. He's just like, okay, that happened.
We continue
Wait.
down the path.
Would Isla even notice?
I don't think so, no. Because she did real well. Okay. So you guys make it through. Once you pass through them after a few minutes, you hear the singing start up again. And true to their word, I guess probably because they're not focused on this section, there's no glimmer of stuff on the walls down here. And the lanterns are a bit further, placed a bit further apart down here because they're not actively working, you're guessing. But after about another 100 feet, give or take, it does get a little bit slick. There's kind of like a slight downward grade, and it looks like it's just one of those things from, a bunch of rock exposed underground.
And unfortunately, this is not one of my difficult terrain features. It's only forest for me.
Yeah, but it's nothing too bad. You basically just have to kind of sidestep as you go down.
Follow my footsteps if you can.
And about 50 feet past that, the tunnel just ends.
Is there any sign of mining equipment here? Anything? Like how they build the tunnel?
It looks like, as far as you can tell, this one is being more. This one hasn't yet been added to. There is some remaining dust, from chipping away at rocks and stuff, on a couple of surfaces. But there's not anything that's even being stored down here necessarily. But yeah, so it doesn't look like there's no pickaxes down here. There is still a minecart track, which does end basically where this tunnel kind of ends, more like a bubble cul-de-sac almost kind of look.
Mm-hmm.
So there is that, but there's not any other kind of active mining equipment.
Can we tell if that they actually dig out the tunnels, or did they sing the tunnels too?
From what you can tell, Sierra, actually roll me perception with advantage.
Okay.
Because out of everyone, you have the most familiarity.
Alright, 16 plus 7, and then Okay, 16 plus 7. 23.
Okay, yeah. So from what you can tell, crouching down and looking at some of the dust residue that's around here kind of thing, and especially just from seeing what they do out there, it looks like when it comes to actually expanding and enlarging the mines, it looks like they actually do use conventional equipment. So it seems like it's just the stones, the actual gemstones themselves, that react in that manner. But when it comes to the actual rock and get through most of it to get to new veins, they have to use conventional methods. So there is mining equipment somewhere that they use, but it's just not here.
It looks like they carve these tunnels out in advance and then bring in the creepy choir.
Can Isla put her hand on the wall and see if she could feel anything?
Okay.
If there's gems or something, I don't know, beyond the wall.
Are you actively kind of are you just sort of seeing what is here, or are you trying to actively reach, if you know what I'm saying?
Reach.
Okay. Roll me perception with advantage.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh no.
What did you get?
Boy.
That's a natural 20
Oh,
plus
shit.
25.
Oh, God.
25.
You gonna be talking to rocks.
This bitch be talking to the rocks.
What's the mineral version of the Lorax? I speak for the rocks.
I am the Zora and I speak.
The rocks say fuck you.
So what you feel once you do that is you're sort of just hey, who here? Kind of thing. You can kind of feel an interesting kind of mix of stuff. Like it seems like for whatever reason, which it may be like why the things like the song works here and like nowhere else apparently. You can feel that it's almost like the stones are actually like wanting to come out. You're not sure if it's just exposure to the song after all these years, and it's an attractant kind of thing, but it feels like the stones are actively like here. They're very deeply buried at this point in the tunnel, but they are actively like, I want to come out. You also get this sense of a very, it's almost like you can feel, even though there's not any here, you can feel water just like running along your limbs and kind of like circling your head and then going back down your other limb. And the water feels different than other water in that, like, obviously it's not literally fucking there, but it almost feels like it's whispering to you, in a way of like, I know things, because you can feel like you almost recognize them, but not quite. Like, you know, so that's a whole fucking trip.
Are the rocks speaking to you, Isla?
I'm trying to understand, but like it's like they want to say something, but I can't exactly tell what they're saying. And it's like they want to come out, but I'm not sure if that's just how they are, or if it's because of the songs, or I don't know. It's really weird. There's a strange energy here.
Yeah, definitely. Not sure what else we're gonna get from this tunnel.
Me neither. Maybe we should look in the other one?
No, there's another one that has people in it, and then there's also the one that's unoccupied.
Can I just listen for anything?
Sure. Do you want to actually like put your ear to wall or just listen?
Sure. Sure, let's try that.
What do your elf ears hear?
I
What
would
do
like
your
to
elf
use,
ears hear?
I would like to use magic eyes.
I'm assuming this is perception.
Yeah, it's very much perception.
29.
Yeah, you can use the magic eyes, I'll tell you. 29?
Yes. I rolled a 17.
Oh, Christ almighty. Jeebus. Okay. So what your elf ears hear, what your elf ears hear is that there is what you can hear in the calm between songs, like when the crew goes silent so that you can actually hear like what else is going on in these tunnels. You can hear that there is the faint sound of water somewhere. It doesn't sound like it's necessarily running. It more sounds like it's just lapping, not sloshing. It's not anything that violent. But it's like you can just hear it
Babbling.
bubbling, babbling a little bit. But it doesn't sound like it's moving very far. It feels like it's coming from further up the tunnel, and not necessarily as deep as you are. Because as soon as they start singing again, it kind of like fades off and you're not able to like hear it much anymore. So you're guessing it's probably on the other side of them. Or it'd be a little easier to maintain the sound once they start up again. But you've got some sense of extra water that doesn't sound like it's related to the water that's just kind of puddling in here already. But yeah.
He just kind of points and gestures in that direction, just kind of goes, seems to be water up ahead somewhere.
Wait, are we already at the end of the tunnel?
Mm-hmm.
So he's like pointing back?
Yeah, like that way.
That's weird. Usually water is further down.
I don't know. Some sort of burbling noises that way.
I felt this weird, like, water-like energy when I was touching the wall. So,
I know, perhaps underground reservoir. Those are common in mines. Water gets trapped during the formation of mountains and rockwork. Yes, maybe one of the other tunnels will lead to it.
maybe we should check the one that's not being occupied?
Only one way to find out.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Nate, what your magic eyes see is the little like water dribbly bits that are already in here. It's just plain water. There's no magical energy clinging to that. You can kind of like when the song starts back up, you can sort of see these faint little pulses from like clusters of the moonstone gems, like deep within the rock. Like you're getting like just the tail edge of it because after that point it's too deep for you to see, and you can sort of see just an even more fantastical kind of show of the magical effect of the song itself, but you don't see anything else like obviously magical down here. So yeah, how long does that stay active again?
Well, I can cast it at will. So
Okay. Cool.
It could just be July if it's like that. I don't know. It could be just turn it off, but let me look.
Okay.
Thing.
Imagine this is the fucking light show that happens.
A little bit, yeah. She's like,
About 10 minutes.
It goes, a minute? Okay.
About 10 minutes.
Oh, 10 minutes. Gotcha. Okay.
Around that, like, that's interesting.
What is?
I can see the moonstones deeper in the rocks, thrumming, and almost like a heartbeat with the music. That's weird.
This place gets
Pretty.
weirder and weirder.
To be fair, it's very pretty, but it's also very concerning. On we go.
Let's go check out that abandoned tunnel.
Great.
Sweet.
Head back up.
Cool. The people are singing another song sort of as you're going through, but you can easily like kind of just skirt around them,
Mm-hmm.
and kind of and head back onto the front. Sorry, thinking. Once you're heading back up toward the front, there isn't anybody new here that you can see, and you can still hear people singing down the other tunnel.
Mm-hmm.
You do see, probably I think thanks to the magic bullshit that is going on with devotion. You said you were heading for the rainbow tunnel or the purple tunnel?
Rainbow tunnel.
Okay. So once you're heading into the rainbow tunnel, there's still like some lights and stuff on in here. You're not sure if maybe they've just like shift around like which ones get mined each day or what have you. Either way, there's nobody down here as far as you can hear. And after a couple of twists and turns, as you're kind of going, devotion, there is a little flare up of magic about the size of a door, kind of tucked into an alcove that is very hard to see.
The fuck is that?
The fuck is what? Because Sierra's just looking at a wall.
Yeah, there's a space just ahead. It's about the size of a door, but it's hard to see. I can see the magic of it.
How do you mean a wall?
It's like a door, like a doorway. But it's
Sierra will go over to the wall where devotion says the weird door shape is.
like,
Cool. So it's do you touch it or are you just like looking at it real hard? Okay, just making sure. So it's a real fucking weird sensation, I will say. Because you go and do that, and basically what has happened here is that you feel the rock face, but only in certain parts. And once you have put your hand partially through it and draw back, now you can see the illusion for what it is, and everyone else who's with you can see as well. Or Isla, now you can kind of feel it. And it looks like literally what they did to kind of dissuade people is this has sort of the equivalent of you know those bead doors that people will have, like those bead curtains.
Yes.
It's like that, but with hunks of rock kind of interlocking, so that it really looks like a fucking rock wall. Even like, and like the illusion's just like kind of just smooth shit over. It's a whole thing. Is what I'm saying.
The fuck is this?
What's what?
I take Isla's hand and I guide her hand through the illusion, the way my hand went through.
Yeah.
Do I feel the same thing that she feels?
You do. It's fucking weird.
That's weird.
I immediately just like start pressing my hands all over to see if I can find like a big enough opening to step through.
Yeah. Once you start kind of pushing and prodding at the various things, it does look like it moves aside pretty easily. It's just a little bit heftier because it looks like these are actual like little hunks. Of, like,
I'm a little twink. She hasn't worked in the mine in years.
But as opposed to being like, tiny plastic beads, it's literal like little hunks of fucking rock. But yeah, so you scooch that aside basically, and once you like realize you can just sort of push past it, and there is another tunnel. This one, of course, is not lighted.
Dark vision.
Yep. I think pretty much everyone has to some extent.
Except for Isla. But I guess technically she always has dark vision.
Yeah, I think this group is made up of the angelic one with dark vision, the demonic one with dark vision, and the elves.
Yeah.
I think we're good.
Yeah. Alrighty.
Oh, fuck it, I'm committed now. And Sierra just steps through the illusion and fucking disappears from sight.
I sneakily follow. I'm going to go stealthy.
Fair enough. Go ahead and roll for me.
I'm not fucking stealthy. I'm just like, okay, here we go.
I disrespect your breach goat man.
Look at the way I dance on it.
26.
I rolled pretty low.
I don't see you.
I rolled a 12.
Whoa.
Well, I mean, Isla doesn't see anything, so.
So yeah, you basically go into stealth mode and become the knight.
Become the knight.
Mean.
Anyway, so you do that. Is everybody else following Flortma Devotion?
Yep.
Devotion's kind of like, because he's the biggest, she'll like move in the way and kind of move the thing so that people can get through.
Everybody move.
Especially
Everybody
move. This is he can see the illusion. He's like move out of the way.
So yeah, you guys are able to go down, and you're able to enter. It's still fairly wide enough that you guys can comfortably still walk 2 by 2, which is nice. At least it's not like a single file thing. So yeah, but so as you're going down, your footsteps, of course, are like kind of echoing a little bit off the walls, and stuff like that. And after you get about, I'm gonna say about 40 feet down, it's just a very gradual, gentle downhill slope kind of thing. And the rocks underfoot have been textured. They're not wholesale stairs, but they are textured to the point where it's not going to it's going to be harder to trip or slip or anything like that, which is nice. And you're also noticing, even without having to roll perception, that you are hearing the just very gentle sounds of lapping water somewhere.
I think we found the reservoir.
So, as you're continuing to go, after about 60 feet, I think, it finally levels out. And Sierra, since you're in the lead, once you step out onto level ground, a couple of lanterns, flare to life with this kind of like pale bluish, like moonstone colored flame. And as you continue to step forward, a few more will light like every 5 feet or so, kind of thing. So as you're going through, it's a very like everything else in this fucking town. It's very well kept. It's very clean. It doesn't have the feeling of like being visited often though. Like there is still some dust here and there. There's not any like stuff that seems like it's prepared for people to like sit and wait. Like there's no benches or chairs or shit like that. It's just sort of a straight shot thing. And it ends as you can see, this little mini tunnel that you're in sort of ends with a very simple oak door with some iron banding on it.
I checked the door for traps.
All right, roll investigation for me.
Natural 19. 24.
Nice. Okay, gotcha. So what you can see on this one is that there is a small line of runes directly in front of like the threshold of the door that you're fairly certain are probably an alarm spell.
Shit. Where's Zinc when you need him?
Magic on it.
Stuck in a hammock.
There's a magical alarm on this door.
Lovely.
I don't have anything to dispel it.
Devotion kind of holds up the staff.
You're fucking kidding me.
I have dispel magic.
I have dispel magic.
Oh, good for both of you, as Sierra steps away from the door. Use your magics then.
Devotion, be my guest.
He'll give a small head nod, and he'll point the staff towards the area where she was saying that there is a alarm spell, and I will use dispel magic.
Okay, gotcha. I mean, yeah, alarm's a low level spell. So.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, there's a little bit of a flare. It's different in color than your normal magic because it's coming from this staff. Like it's got like a very definitive, like pure gold tint to it, because it's staff. But it just sort of like, and then the little line before Sierra's eyes just kind of like glows gold and then disappears. So yay!
I proceed to check for traps. No, check for the locks. See if it's
Gotcha.
locked.
I was like, you did that one.
You never know if there's a physical trap too.
Well, they're all that high. I would have told you. So yeah. So you try the doorknob, and unsurprisingly, it's locked.
I slide a hand with my thieves' tools.
Cool. Roll for me.
Yeah, thank God I have fucking advantage. That's 17. I rolled a 17 and a 15.
Gotcha. Okay. So yeah. So you sit down with the tools and get to work on the lock. It takes you a little bit of a minute, but after like roughly like a full minute or so, you're able to finally hear the little pop as it finally the tumblers align so that you can get out.
I give Darren a grin like, haha, I did a thing. Are you proud of me?
Look what I did.
Very dear, very.
I open the door and I first peek my head in to see what I can see before opening it wide.
Okay, cool. So what you see, huh?
She pokes her head in. Housekeeping.
Housekeeping.
Gym
service.
So what you see when you poke your head in is, honestly, it's pretty enough that it might actually like make you like let the door go, so it just like opens the rest of the way on itself.
I just like,
uh, so. What you see, and Isla, something else that you're actually kind of able to feel from this place, is this very lovely, very serene, almost perfectly circular pool of water. It is set into the floor, and it looks like there's a very small little path that leads up to it. That then just kind of sinks down like almost like a little step, like in the shallow end of a pool, into the water. The water is glittering and shimmering and just kind of looks like this just translucent, beautiful thing. And but the thing is, the place in here isn't actually lit by any lanterns. It's just the pool itself giving off this luminescence. And around the edges of this, you actually can see the different kinds of colors of moonstone that are produced here are kind of just the base of this whole thing. Like it's basically a basin pool, but it looks like it's been mostly naturally formed because most of it's pretty uncut. It's just been smoothed by the motion of the water. But it just forms this perfect little basin for this pool to have formed. You're guessing it comes up from the bottom because you don't see any active little like waterfalls or anything that are feeding it. But it's just moving very gently. It's kind of lapping. And something that you can all hear once the door is like fully open and you're kind of like looking at it, are just little whispers, little snippets of voice that you can almost recognize, but not quite. And it doesn't feel sinister. It just feels unusual because what the fuck? But it's not like drawing you in. It doesn't feel like it's got any kind of like compulsion to it. It's just sort of like, I am here. Meh. What do you do?
That is not what I was expecting to see today. As I take a step into the cavern.
When you take a step, the whispers get a little bit louder, and almost feel like some of it kind of sounds like maybe your mom or Adrian.
There's another full of memory.
Yeah, she'll kind of like glance around when she hears those voices.
I will move closer to the pool.
Same
Yeah,
here.
Isla.
Yeah, I'll move closer
Isla
to
will
the pool as
follow
well.
close behind. So.
Okay. So as basically like as you get closer to this, the whispers become a little bit more. It's not that they become overpowering or louder necessarily. It's just that they become a bit more distinct. So you can kind of separate out like, oh, okay, that's who that is. It mostly seems that Sierra, for you especially, you're mostly hearing your mom. You're hearing Adrian, and a little bit of like some of the snippets do sound like a little like, especially if you're like right on top of it, they sound closer to Ferris, as well as some people that you knew from your time on the ship.
The siren song. Oh, definitely 1,000-yard stare as I hear my old pirate crew.
Devotion, you of course are hearing the voices of your family, both your born into family and your chosen family. It's currently missing. Isla, you're hearing.
Joins in the 1,000-yard stare, like,
Yeah.
Both Devotion and Sierra are just like, error.
404.
Isla.
Not found.
Okay, what is Isla
so
here?
Isla, you're definitely hearing, unfortunately, big snippets of your mom. Something that almost sounds like a wolf, kind of like chuffing and like rumbling. And some male noises that you don't fucking know. Like, well,
Male
that's the thing. Is that,
noises.
that's the thing, though. It's definitely like a masculine tone, but you have not a fucking clue what the words are. So it's just like the tone itself. So noises.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah, I was like, I
Who the
was
fuck
doing
is
that dog thing with the squeaky toy.
Ow. Ow.
I ran back too.
Sarah's afraid.
When you said that, my mind literally just went, loud noises!
Not that. Flortma, you're hearing your family as well. From the good old days before shit went down. I don't know how he's reacting to that, but that's the majority of it.
Did Darren step into the room?
Did he?
Darren's still in sneaky sneak mode.
Mhm.
And
He's in the fucking pool.
He's in the pool already.
just
Take
in the
it
water,
back
all you see
and
is
pull
the
up
head over the
memories.
head. He'll peer into the cavern from where the fuck he is, because
Okay. But did you step into the room yet or no?
he's probably just along the outside of it. Yeah.
Okay. You're also hearing things. Since you're not as close as the rest, you can't make all of them out, but you can definitely recognize some rumbles that sound like your dad. You definitely recognize Rayla and Xander, Lord. And the blade, which makes you very uncomfortable. And kind of underneath it all, there's a very faintly feminine one that you almost wish you didn't recognize because it is not pleasant either.
Oh no. Oh no, sad face Darren, no. Sad
Dead
face.
mom. We all start singing.
Yeah, we're here, our moms, and we're all watching against table because of it.
So yeah. So what do you do? What all y'all do?
Do we see anything on the walls, on the ceiling?
No, it's mostly except for the pool, most of this is like purely uncut rock. Like it looks like they found this place and then immediately just like left the rest of the rock as is. It looks like the only thing that's been smoothed is like the path leading to the pool. And a little bit of like the edge where you assume you would enter the pool. Most of the rest of it's pretty much just rough rock.
I failed an impulse check. I stick my hand in the water.
Alrighty. Roll me a wisdom save.
I saw your face when you rolled, and I'm like, oh no.
I get a +4 for being near devotion though, right?
Yes.
You know, you also get inspiration is what you get.
Yeah.
Jeez.
Oh dear. What did you roll?
What'd you get?
9.
With the 4?
With the 4, and no,
Oh,
I'm
no.
not gonna use my inspiration on this because I want to see what happens.
So.
Oh no.
So you get. Let's see. Let me check my thing here. Okay. So you have a rapid fire flash of memory. Just very quick, very, very sudden. It's not like all encompassing. So like you're you're very much like still in this moment and you're realizing like, oh, this is a memory. You haven't been like catapulted into it.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Mitch had to bounce because he is having a day.
Okay.
So yes. So you're fully aware of yourself. But however, the memory is not a good one, is the problem. You just have this sudden flashback to the basically the event, that final like big fight with Ferris that made you finally go, fuck this shit, I'm leaving in the middle of the
Fuck
goddamn
this
night.
shit, I'm out. Fuck this shit, I'm out. No thanks.
So yeah, so you're right in the middle of that fight, which honestly I don't know how much like she remembered of it.
Oh, she remembers everything.
Yeah, so it's just some of the finer details of that you maybe just didn't want to notice. In this case, actually, I think it was like one of the things that you hadn't realized at the time, because you were very focused on Ferris and what he could do as a gigantic goddamn person. So you are able to get like this little extra like blip of information that you actually are able to see like in the doorway behind Ferris, which was like technically in your line of sight had you been looking at anywhere but him. You can actually see like a very, very tiny Adrian who's like peeked around the thing, and he's like cuddling his little toy close, and then he just kind of like peeks back around and kind of goes and sits, or just goes away from the thing. So yeah, which was something you didn't honestly remember about that night, because of course you would. You were focused on the threat of Ferris. But yay. And then I'm assuming you immediately pull your hand back out.
I'm doing one better. I cast fucking guiding bolt at the water out of panic.
I don't know what that would do to water.
I don't know. She went in panic mode and attacked the water.
I think actually what it does is the water itself, like it snuffs out the spell, but then it like forms a hollow around your hand. Like, I don't want to touch you anymore. It just forms a little hollow around your hand, so you're not touching it anymore. Nope.
Oh, don't touch me.
I pull my hand back and I get up and I walk out of the cavern.
Isla's gonna put her hand in the water.
Just her hand, or like the whole fucking arm.
She's just gonna bloop.
All right, roll me a wisdom save.
Wisdom save. Okay.
So while she's doing that, she's going first. I also rolled an impulse roll, and you can't see it because it's too bright.
I cannot. Did
I
you
got
get a 20 or a 1?
I got a 7.
Fair.
So I'm gonna do something similar, but I'm gonna gotta go first.
That's a 13.
Also, I will. However, I did roll again. I am going to put my left hand in the water, not my right hand.
Fair. Sorry, I made that face because like in my chance roll, I rolled the same thing for Isla that I rolled for Sierra on my D100 roll. So I'm just like,
they just want us to suffer. The dice want us to suffer.
Okay then, here's the earth. Damn, that is a sad earth, you might say. Anyway, so what you see, you have a little more control of it, where you're a bit, I'm trying to think of the way to phrase it. You're, I guess, like a bit more in control of like yourself sort of within it, especially because you already saw Sierra like sort of like, okay, something is going to happen once I do this, so you're able to kind of come at it from like a questioning place with some foresight to what might happen, which is why you get jettisoned back to a memory of one of your first days of utter darkness following the accident, which is, of course, this is when your mother is telling you how horrible an accident it was, that there was nothing that could be done, and how, you know, and using all of that language that's just generally implying that, like, she's not in the wrong here. There obviously must have been something that you did.
Right. Now I'm the bad guy.
Exactly. But it's so, like, detailed in it, that you're actually kind of able to sort of feel her, like, and you know that it's fake concern because you've seen what actually happened, because you had that flash in the forest. But you can feel, like, her, like, concerned, like, face, like, oh, if only you weren't so clumsy, this may never have happened. I can't believe we weren't able to get help in time. Oh, what are we going to do? You're going to be here for so long. All of that. So yes. So Isla gets that. What does she do?
Nope. 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 Just walks away. She's not happy. It's that weird, like, because she's been blind for so long that it's never bothered her, but then remembering all of that and feeling all of that again, it's like dysmorphia again. It's like,
definitely. Especially because now you know just how deliberate your mom's hand in was. That it just drives home that much more how fucking terrible she is.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing you walk out to probably join Sierra and be like, hey.
Yeah.
Nope.
I'm done.
So real quick, Devotion, you so you said you stuck your non-Loki hand in? Just fucking, okay.
Non-Loki hand. I don't. Look, I'm gonna have to deal with this. That's fine. I don't want to subject Loki to flashbacks.
Really? All right.
I mean, I do, but it's also like I don't want him to, like, corrupt this fucking pool. It might do what it did to Sierra's hand and just, like, no. So I'm just gonna go safe and go left hand.
Okay. So dunk. So roll me a wisdom save.
Wisdom save. I think that's my good one. Is it? Yes. Oh yeah. And still you okay, that's a 16. Plus 12 and I still got a 16.
You have a what? You have a plus 12
to
to your wisdom save?
Yep. And a plus 13 to my charisma saves.
Fucking Christ. Okay. Sorry. Anyway, okay. So you get sort of a, honestly, it's probably more of like a neutral one, for what this is. Honestly, it's weird in that, like, it's not overwhelmingly good or bad, but it's extremely clear, which is just sort of like, what the fuck is this? So you have basically you have a flash of memory back to when, in the first few days following, like, the start of your actual training to be a like actual paladin of Tyr, and it was that moment on the street after you'd started your training when you realized that you didn't have to hide necessarily. You didn't have to scurry from place to place. You didn't have to constantly look over your shoulder for your family, because for the moment, because you were working with Tyr and had everything, that you were just able to take a breath for the first time ever. And it wasn't necessarily a good memory because you were still aware that the danger is out there, but it's not a bad one because it was a nice moment to remember. So it just kind of fell in the neutral category. But it's just very, very clear of, like, when that happened, like what the sky was like, the smells of, like, a local, like, food cart that were going on, and the fact that, like, you were going there to get lunch when you realized, because you had been moving really quickly, and then sort of stood up and went, wait, I don't have to unless I want to. Oh.
Oh, is this what this feels like?
Is this what this feels like? So yeah.
What's this?
There's a choice everywhere, Anyway, so yeah, so it's a very, very clear, very just like very sense heavy memory. Like you can do everything, but it's not good or bad. So yeah.
Going to do a little test. I'm going to
Okay.
put my right hand near the water and see if it like retracts from me.
Gotcha. As far as you can tell, the water doesn't react to your hand. Like it doesn't like even like really it just acts like it had been already. Loki, however, does speak up. I wouldn't advise that.
Would it be worse for you or me? It's not going to change what I do, but just for clarity.
Well, I get the memory flash, which means you get all of the memory flash and any accompanying sensations. You
So
choose.
I would have to go through your memory.
Mm-hmm. Because I'm in you. Remember? If not, I'm sure dunk in and you'll remember very quickly.
It does pose a unique opportunity.
Yeah, it's a special place. My advice, if you're going to do this, and yes, I'm giving you this for free, have something in mind. Otherwise, it's just a spin of the wheel. But if you do dunk me in there, I won't think of anything, and you can see what that wheel lands on. And knowing me, it'll be crystal clear.
Well, you have been meaning to give me some perspective.
This is me, not him. I'm just like, ooh.
Hold on. I'm gonna do the thing.
Oh Lord.
Hold on. That was scuffed.
Are you, wait, just to clarify, are you putting the Loki hand in the water?
I'm rolling to see if I just.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I
Well.
swear to fucking God. That's all I say. I swear to fucking God.
Yeah, even being a god, that's not great.
Oh, excellent. Do I still roll wisdom, or no? What did you do? What have I done to myself? It's never a question of a quick DM. What did you do? It's more a question of what have I done to myself.
So you don't get to roll wisdom.
Oh, goody.
You do not.
Does Loki get to roll wisdom?
Loki did roll wisdom. I rolled wisdom for him. So you ooh, I'm trying to think of like, if I remember correctly, there is a myth, or if not, I'm just gonna fucking insert this into my own canon. You are catapulted, and I mean straight up fucking catapulted. You don't remember being you. You are seeing everything and feeling everything as much as possible through Loki's eyes, because fuck you. And you are quite literally, as I've mentioned, just flung into this memory in the middle of it, where Loki has angered the other gods, of course. What the fuck else is he gonna do? But at this point, they've actually ganged up on him and have pinned him down. And you can see, I think it was Thor, who is coming closer with a glowing red needle and thread. And they're all chanting something that that you can kind of make sense of, because Loki is actually panicking because he's trying to talk, and they're all saying something to the effect of, your silver tongue won't get you out of this. We need to silence you. You need to stop this. You have no idea what the fuck he's done. He's not concentrating on that. He's trying to get out of this. He cannot, because literally every fucking god in Asgard is like, nah, you're gonna stay here. So you're feeling their hands holding you down. You're feeling your own heart like just pounding out of your fucking chest. You're feeling him actually start to just full on panic and like thrash, but it's no use because he's not the strongest god. All of the other ones holding him down are much stronger. He can't really use his magic because they're pinning him his arms, and he just can't fucking get away. Thor is coming ever closer with that needle, and you don't get jettisoned out of it in time before you can feel the first sort of piercings on your upper and lower lip and the thread pull to cinch it closed. And at that point, your hand on its own, the right hand that has Loki in it, yanks itself out of the fucking thing. And you stumble back a step or two. And you can hear him in your head, and he sounds a little bit out of breath, almost like he was also freaking out. I told you not to do it. So, yeah.
Yeah, so Roche is in a cold sweat.
Well then.
Well.
Fuck.
Well, fuck. Well, that's a matter of perspective. Terrifying matter of perspective.
Stick to your own memories.
Noted.
Then he goes quiet. So, hey, Deering and Flortma, after having seen what's going on, what are y'all gonna do?
Flortma's gonna, because he is petty, he's gonna go and stick his hand right in there and reach for the bottom.
We are just a
spiteful group.
I was gonna say Darwin theory. Practice.
It hasn't killed any of us yet.
This is
Eventually, one of us will get a nice memory.
This is the definition of stupidity. Over and over again, expecting a different result.
I do only have 12 intelligence, so.
So roll me a wisdom save first.
19.
Nice.
You son of a bitch.
Nice.
I have +8.
Yeah.
You're gonna be the only one who gets a nice memory.
Funnily enough, yes, but that's because of how my D100 rolls.
Son of
You
a
got
bitch.
the only high number so far. However, I also need you to real quick roll me a con save as well.
Not need the fuck.
23.
Okay, cool. Cool. So, you just fucking like plunge your hand in and reach for the bottom. And you can actually feel yourself like brush it, like right when it gets to about like your bicep. You can actually feel yourself like brush the bottom right as it overtakes you. And it is clear. It is clear as fucking day, as if you were actually involved in it right at this moment. And it's surprisingly, despite how everybody else has been reacting to theirs, it's not a bad one. It might be bittersweet. It might be very melancholy given where you currently are, but it's not a bad one. It's actually like one of the family dinners that y'all had together before you left and shit happened on the ship. But it's it's one of those nice family dinners where it's, you know, you guys are sitting around and you're just, you know, kind of gossiping about the bullshit going on in the city. You're talking about what you're going to do with some of the wares that you've gotten recently. um your parents seem really, really proud that like you're, you know, so interested in the business and wanting to take it over, and they're, you know, just kind of going on and on. And you're also just like, yes, this is great, this is going to be like my destiny, I'm going to be just I'm so glad. And it's just nice. It's also very, very, very bittersweet because you know what happens, but you actually get like this moment of like being back there, which is just really great in its own way, honestly. Um, and the con save is that because you actually like brushed the bottom, despite the fact that the memory is so clear and so like so much so like so realistic. The you're but despite the fact that it feels like you're literally there, you don't lose track of your body here. So you still are conscious that like you have a body you need to go back to. Yeah, kind of thing. So, yee. And like Ryan, honestly, I think what kind of jettisons you out of this one, because I don't know if Flortma would end it on his own, but I think what kind of signals the end of the memory for you is toward the end of the dinner, you two or you three are discussing the Ship to Jim Kingdom that you're planning to be on next week. And I think that is enough to just be like, and I'm done. And you actually like have the wherewithal to be able to just take your hand out on your own. It is not wrenched away. It is not jettisoned away. It is removed of your own volition. So yeah.
Did I feel anything other than just the plain bottom?
Yeah, it just felt like a smooth bottom. Yeah, like a gemstone. It's kind of cold because, you know, water underground.
So I turn around and say, "There's nothing in it."
There is and there isn't. It's a pool of memories. I made the mistake of putting the wrong hand in. That I'm not going to do that again. But as bitterly as he told me, Loki said to have a memory in mind when you put your hand in, and it'll direct it. Otherwise, it'll just scramble through your brain and find something.
So it's a pensive, kind of.
Kind of, but you don't know what that is here.
I had quite the pleasant memory. What happened to you all?
Loki's memory was not. It was when he, imagining the process of him being sealed away or one of his punishments, I would imagine. But mine was the first moment of calm after I joined the order. It was simple. It wasn't necessarily a pleasant or unpleasant memory. It was just my first actual moment of calm. There is a specific memory I do have in mind, but we should check on the others. I don't think they had as smooth a experience as we did on our trips in.
Yeah.
And explaining that might help them if they want to try again.
Real quick, Darren, did you go after Sierra or did you want to try the pool yourself before that?
He actually probably would have checked on her first.
Okay, cool.
To see if she was okay.
Okay, so yeah, so out in the hall before Isla comes to join you, Sierra's there, Darren comes up.
What was that? You just touched the water and left.
I need to get the fuck out of this city.
You want to head back to the camp now?
I don't know. But I'm not going back in there.
What happened?
When I stuck my hand in, I relived the last big fight me and my stepfather had. And this time I noticed Adrian had been watching the entire time.
Lovely. Seems a lot of memories been surfacing lately.
I need to get the fuck out of this city. I'm going to snap, I swear.
Will you be okay if I be right back?
I think I'll be fine.
He kind of like cradles her face and his cheeks in her cheeks in his hands.
Oh,
first,
she leans into that, definitely.
and then gives her a quick kiss on the forehead, and then he's alright. Real quick, is this pool of water in the center of the room, or is it?
It's like on the back edge of the wall. The room itself isn't very big. It's like 15 by 15 at most, and this thing takes up like a good roughly 10 by 10 square on its own. So it doesn't take much to actually get to it. But yeah, it's broad but shallow.
Okay.
So yeah, so conceivably you could just take like a couple steps, dunk, and then be done if you so chose. I don't know if you want to wait for an additional explanation before you do.
Oh yeah, if Devotion sees Darren come in, he'll explain, like, if you're going to try this, it will show you memories. You should have one in mind before you dunk your hand in. Otherwise, it's just going to spin the roulette, and I can't promise you'll. Those two definitely did not like what came out.
Can I know I looked around like the walls and the ceiling, but if I feel along the walls, can I feel anything of what I can reach?
Not really. Like I said, it's they didn't put like any instructions on the wall here or anything like that, or even like any murals or anything. The pool is like the most refined thing in here, and even that's very, very basic. The walls are still just pretty roughly cut, and there's no extra like water trickling on those, or even any like remnants of from whenever the fuck it was carved out. Yeah.
What about the opposite wall? Can we see it from where we are?
Yeah, like I said, not a very big room. It's like a roughly 15 by 15 square, and the pool takes up about a 10 by 10 chunk of it. So there's only like 5-ish feet of like space between the door and the pool.
And there's no sign of like we got here through a hidden door. There's no flickering or anything that makes me think that it could be one on the other side.
No, not at all. Like the there's a wall of stone that the pool is kind of out of, and it's set like a little bit lower down. Let's see if I can doodle kind of what it looks like. Sure. Like if you've got like a vaguely big-ish room, that's the door. The pool's like here. And then it's just, yeah. So yeah, it's like a vaguely square-ish room, but the pool is taking up most of it. It's backed up exactly on the wall, and then the walls around it are also just rough stone. Yeah. Like it's clear that they found it and then stopped digging. That's it.
And I can't see anything moving in the water.
It's perfectly clear. It's very shallow. Like it's only about up to like your bicep, so it's maybe like 2 feet deep at most. It's broad, like I said, but it's very shallow. And the bottom, as far as you can tell, is just smooth moonstone.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I thought it was like more centered in the room, so I could walk around it, but that's okay.
Ah, gotcha. Mm.
Okay. All right then. Yeah, he's not going anywhere near that shit. Actually, you know what he might try to do? Okay, so way back in the beginning, we had grabbed a whole bunch of like empty flasks.
Mhm.
Can I pull out one of those and try to fill it up with the water?
Give me a sleight of hand check to see if you can do it without touching the water.
Hooray! Thank God for expertise. 19.
All right, fair enough. Yeah, I think you can. I think you can get some of the water up into it. You do notice. Well, actually, roll me perception.
Perception?
Yeah.
Better. Again, expertise makes it better. So 22.
So you notice, like, as you're kind of capping it off, that the glow inside, is not quite as bright as the glow in there. It's still glowing a little bit on its own, but it's not as bright as the glow coming off the water still in the pool. You can't guess for sure like what that means exactly, like if it loses potency or if it just straight up like won't work after you take it out, but it is still glowing some, so who knows.
Next to my ear.
You can still hear a couple of whispers. They're not nearly as strong as they are in that room, of course, but you can still hear a couple.
Okay. He'll cork it and put it in his bag of holding. I was looking through my inventory to see that I still have the bottles, and it just popped out in my line of vision. Regina's left shoe.
This bitch's left shoe.
I'm easily distracted. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah. Okay. I have to roll an impulse because this is an experiment in mind for me personally and probably for him too. Oh fuck. Yep. All right.
We doing this?
Question: does your impulse roll mean that you don't think of a question as you were advised?
You were told, have something in mind if you're going to stick your hand in the pool. Have a memory or a question of your memory or whatever in mind.
He's got so many though.
Well, we don't know how many times Ben's gonna let us do this.
I feel like that's part of the issue. I feel like he's just like revolving questions in his mind about any of his manipulated memories.
Fair.
Just one finger.
Fair enough. I'm gonna say when that figure is put in, is there a specific one that was further toward the top? Whether it was like a specific incident or just the blade in general or about your father.
His dad's pretty heavy in his mind right now.
Okay. Cool. Roll me a wisdom save.
It's gonna go great.
You do get a +4 because devotion's nearby.
It doesn't matter.
Oh no.
9.
Oh no.
Okay, cool.
Hey, hey, the couples who roll together.
Have turmoil together, apparently. Oh no! Oh no!
Oh no.
I rolled under a 10 on my D100. Which was also what I rolled for Loki.
Oh
no!
no.
Territory, baby!
Hey, so Darren, what's your worst memory of your dad? Is it the night that you were kicked out? Kicked out and chased down. I'm so sorry.
Oh no!
Probably. It's either it's the torn. I don't know. Probably torn between that and when his dad told him about his mother.
Oh, about her death. Oh god.
Fair.
It's probably one of those two moments. And keep in mind, this is a very stoic individual. This is the whole, like, he doesn't need to say, I'm disappointed, you just fucking see it. Like,
you just see
oh
it.
shit, I'm really nervous.
Okay, so what you get is you're jettisoned over, and again, you are aware that it's a memory, but it's a fairly like straightforward one. And you're young. You're very young because we're all very aware of this, how small you were. You were a small baby. And you're honestly, you were probably playing with like the training toys at this point because, you know, you told her you would do that while she was gone because duh. So you get a lovely reliving of that moment when your dad comes in, and even tiny baby Darren, tiny baby Elian, knows something is wrong because your dad's eyes are rimmed with red and they're a little bit bloodshot. But he comes over, and like you said, he's a very stoic man. But he comes over and just kind of like, because you were only like 4, if I remember correctly.
He was 5.
Yeah. No, he comes over and straight up just like scoops you up and like holds you like this, just kind of doing that. And then he says, your mother's not coming back. Something went wrong. But I'm still here. We're still here. And then he just kind of honestly just like is standing there, like just standing there in the kitchen, just like hold. And a detail that you probably just didn't remember because you were a very small child and very, very shocked at this point. While he was holding you, even though they were gone by the time he puts you down a little bit later, you can feel like on the skin of your neck a couple of little splashes of hot water.
Oh god.
So yeah, so you give that. Then I'm guessing jerk your hand out. I'm sorry. I wish the dice had rolled better.
The dice just like Flirtman tonight.
Apparently. Like Florma was the only high roll that I got, and
It's cause he does everything out of spite.
The power of spite.
I know spite compels you.
You good,
So
Sarah?
yeah. What you
do? Yeah, he'll do his best to not conceal, don't feel.
Yeah.
And then head out of the room. With his no, he probably would try to get one more sample.
Okay, in another flask. Okay, you rolled high enough on that one that I'll let you carry the roll over. So you've got 2 flasks of slightly different levels of glowy. Very, very, very slightly. So, got those?
And then head out.
All right. Yes. Is everybody heading out?
Well, Sierra's still out in the hallway, probably with Isla right now.
Yeah. Did y'all want to talk about whatever you had seen before the others come out?
If she wants.
Well, we should figure out what the purpose of this room is. It can't be just to stick your hand in some water.
Well, Isla and I are not in the room, so it's you and Devotion talking right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. The three who got the fucked up memories walked out.
Yeah. And the fourth is being quiet. I said, they're memories, but like you said, this place was special. So he knows something about what this place is, but he's not in the mood to tell me, which I don't honestly blame him. It's
Isn't one of the elite jewels supposed to be in this town?
yes, but
flute.
I'm not sure any of them could do this. This feels similar to what we experienced in the forest, but it's more raw. Like, I felt as though there was a purpose to us being shown some memories while in the forest, whereas this is more we make the purpose, or it just picks something.
Can I look around the room more? And this is like a bowl on a pedestal kind of thing,
It's set into the floor.
set into the floor. Can I like really investigate the room, check out everything?
Sure. Roll me for it.
Yeah, I don't find anything.
Yeah.
I'm
To be
lucky
fair,
find
there's legit not much more than what Darren's already kind of covered so far. It is here. That's basically, the room is here because it's here. Ugh.
My question is, I kind of understand why they would keep it locked away. If this any old person walked in here and found a pool of memories, it could be potentially dangerous.
They
At
could
least-
snap them out of it.
Yes, we can't walk an entire city into this room.
No, but we can bring this to them.
I think I saw Darren swipe some samples. So if we have our own thing to take a couple of samples, I did.
My sleight of hand was really high, damn it.
Well, yeah, you were running sleight of hand to not get your fingers wet,
Yeah.
not to be stealthy of you taking it. We were sitting there watching you, like what the fuck?
He's dating a gem thief. I think he's learned some tricks.
Oh god, I'm just giving you shit.
Yeah, but the intention was just don't get it wet. If you weren't wanting to at that point.
Oh
But yeah, but you do have two things of it.
Yeah. Well, we know where it is, and we know, at least I can see where the door is hiding.
It's obviously here for a reason. What's the reason?
It's an excellent question.
That was fucking fast, Brian. Oh my god.
I keep my cursor over the mute button.
That's a good idea. He's kind of rubs his head. We're not entirely even sure how it works. It requires more testing, but I don't know how long we have in here. I do have one question in mind. I'm also nervous. This didn't go very well, so I'm not using that hand. If this can do what I think it can, that may provide what it's for. He'll kind of hover his left hand over the pool and kind of speak the question in his mind as he's putting his hand back in.
Mhm.
Show me the last time I saw my wife and children. I want to see if anyone was watching them.
Okay.
He watched them leave on the carriage.
Yeah, of course.
He wants to see if he can call back that memory and see if he can see anyone else watching them.
Okay. Cool. So in that case, roll me a whiz save with advantage.
With advantage. Yeah, that's the one.
Oh no.
No, it's a good one.
Okay.
I rolled 9 and I rolled a 19 with my plus 12.
Christ.
31? 31.
Jesus. Okay.
It's like buffering.
Okay, so yeah, so you are so real quick, also make me a con save with
Okay.
that.
That's the thing.
Excuse me.
Do dirty 20.
Okay, cool. Okay, so you don't lose yourself, which is great. You are just punted back into that exact memory of that moment, and it hurts your heart just a bit. Because she gave you a nice kiss on the cheek. There was some cute words exchanged. Your kids hugged and kissed you goodbye. They all got up in the carriage. You saw dog looking all happy, tail wagging, tummy very full. And so you're watching them get on, and you're watching them sort of head on down the road. And as you're doing so, something that catches your eye is like it's on the very edge of your vision, like where some other traders are kind of like maneuvering their cart along a little bit further down the line. You see that somebody in their group who just looks like a fairly normal human woman, her head like snaps up and sees the carriage with your family, and also kind of notices you sort of in the distance, and goes back to fixing the tire or whatever the fuck the wheel or whatever the fuck it was on the carriage. But it's almost like you get a little zoom effect on this memory because of what you had asked. And you can see the woman's jaw, like as she's turning around, is going.
He pulls his hand out. She was fucking there.
Ooh.
My sister. She was in Amethyst Halls when they left. There's just a tear just running down his face. She saw me. She was right under my nose, and I didn't see her. She was disguised as a woman fixing a cart. but the vision showed me her closer. I could see her jaw twitch. It's her one tick. She clicks her teeth. I think this pool is to give someone answers to their own memories or something like it. It's something they can't remember exactly, but they need specific details they couldn't have gotten at the time. If they saw someone, if they learned something, it clarifies things if you know how to use it.
So I'm going to say, while you're processing that, we're going to do a quick scene shift because I want to get a little bit of interaction between the other ones before we probably call it for the night because we're already down a couple people.
We didn't even do a break today. Oh my god.
Oh yeah, damn, we didn't. We're fine. So real quick, so out in the hall, like while a lot of this stuff is going down, which y'all will probably get the debrief on, like when we do next time. Sierra and Isla are. Oh God, help us all, please don't. Anyway, so Sierra and Isla are standing out in the lobby.
Yeah.
the lead up path. I don't fucking know what you want to call it.
The foyer.
Having seen not great things. What do you do?
I'm gonna burn this place down, I swear to God.
I've got some matches.
You're not here. You're getting drunk at the bar.
You're in the room. You can't hear them talking because y'all are talking. So.
Yeah, I don't like this place at all.
I swear I'm going to snap. I need to get out of this whole city. I'm going to.
Would you like a hug or no?
I feel if I touch you, I'm gonna overload you. Probably not the best idea right now.
Just figured I'd offer.
It's your sanity. And she will give Isla a hug.
I will give her a big hug back.
Okay. I'm just warning you, you are feeling anger, anxiety, just pent up rage and anxiety, and just a lot of racing thoughts, mostly just anger.
Like Isla doesn't care.
Yeah.
She just hugs her really tight.
Mm-hmm.
And does like the whole like hair pet thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's gonna be okay. And we'll get to the bottom of this. You'll be with me tomorrow, right?
Yes, I'll be with you.
If you need anything, you let me know. I'm here for you.
Sierra lets out a kind of startling laugh at being told, if you need anything, I'm here for you. If only that were the truth in some cases.
Yeah, I understand that.
I'm not sure anyone really understands. When we were in Black Opal earlier this week, you know what Zinc told me?
What?
I understand we're here for you and your family, but we really need to get on to the next quest. I haven't gotten a breather since we resurfaced. And everyone's expecting me to just suck it up and move on to the next quest. And you all wonder why I'm so agitated.
I'm sorry.
It's not your fault. It's no singular person's fault. And forgive me for being blunt, I just wish people would let me breathe.
That's understandable. I'm sorry. That's not fair to you.
Sierra kind of starts scratching at the brand that's on her chest out of impulse because it feels like it's burning now.
You know that I love you very dearly. You're like the sister that I never had. And I know that it's hard, and I know that there's not much that I can do except offer a hug and some support. But I really do love you, and I care about you. And I want good things for you. I hope you understand that.
I understand.
I'm gonna make mistakes.
I understand.
We're all gonna make mistakes. We're all gonna screw up. And we're all gonna be ignorant sometimes. But that doesn't mean that we don't care, you know? It doesn't negate the fact that we all are still here together, helping each other out and looking out for each other. Yeah, we're gonna frustrate the piss out of each other, but at the end of the day, we all have each other, and isn't that what matters? And I am not saying that what you're feeling is invalid, because what you are feeling is valid. The things that you've gone through are important, and the feelings that you feel are important.
When was the last time any one of you actually checked up on me, though? It's been 2 weeks.
I've wanted to, but no offense, you shut me out for a bit.
No offense, you kind of screamed at me.
I didn't scream at you. Not you directly. It was aimed towards you and Drax's attitude towards each other. I never, ever intend to hurt you or hurt anybody.
I've been hurt my whole life. So, how is it my fault for reacting the way I was brought up?
I never said it was wrong. I never said it was. I'm not saying that the way that you reacted was out of hand, and I did not say that your reaction wasn't valid. Sierra, you are important. But please, don't put words in my mouth. Don't put ideas into other people's heads. You don't know what they're thinking. You don't know what I'm thinking. I'm here to support you. please don't. I don't want you to misunderstand that I desperately care. And maybe I say things wrong. Maybe that's on my part. I'm sorry for that. But that's not my intention, to make you feel invalidated. I'm here to support you, to uplift you, not to tear you down. And I know that's kind of hard to believe because you've grown up being torn down all the time. I don't blame you for being defensive. Just try to understand I'm not trying to hurt you, nor any of us.
I'll try to understand.
I will give her a really big hug. A really big, loving hug.
Sarah's kind of stiff at first with the hug, but she'll slowly hug back.
I love you.
I love you too.
I really do.
Pokes her nose.
Okay, the boys are taking way too long right now. I want to get out of this fucking mine.
Yeah.
Is that around the time that Darren pops out?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
How's he looking?
How are you looking?
Well, he's trying to go professional mode. So.
Insight check in my boyfriend.
Girl.
So she's currently thinking.
And I will use my inspiration if it's low. Yeah, I'm gonna use my inspiration. No, I'm not gonna see shit. That's a 13.
No, my deception's a 27.
Fuck you.
Damn. Alrighty then.
The devotion's like, I wonder if she can unpick a door. If she can lock it from the outside. It's like,
yeah.
Can't reactivate the spell though.
No. But
True.
if we're not here,
They're gonna know someone tampered with the door, but maybe they won't know that we went inside.
they'll know we found the door at the very least.
Let them know. What are they going to do? Be nice to us?
You're gonna have to wear a hard hat all the time.
I'll just take a glance to Darren. So, were you an idiot like us and stuck your hand in as well?
Yes. Not pleasant. But I have samples, and he'll pull out one of the bottles.
She will back away from you. Keep that cursed water away from me.
I will. Want to see if it's as effective outside of this cabin. That's all. I'll put it back.
What are the two of them talking about?
I wasn't paying attention, to be honest.
Sierra will stick her head in. Are we staying here any longer? Because I might try to force a tunnel collapse if we stay here longer.
What do you think would happen if I drank some?
Flortma, I am not going to heal you if you drink that water.
It's just it. I mean,
I will let Anubis deal with you if you drink that water.
I mean, first of all, it's water in an underground cave. I don't even know to know what if it was just regular water, I wouldn't advise drinking it.
That is, however, a fair point. I was wondering if there's a difference between submerging simply a finger and actually getting in the water.
I don't think
I
we
realize
experiment today. We've had quite enough of. I've at least had quite enough of this fucking pool.
I've had quite enough of this fucking city.
I think we need some time to get out of it and collect ourselves, and then we can come back if we need to. We know I can remember where it is. The illusionary door is. But I think I have an idea as to the purpose, or at least what it's used for here.
We can discuss it when we get back to camp.
Hmm.
Floatma, get
No.
away from the pool, or else I'm gonna lock you in here.
That was my next question. Can you unpick a door lock? I don't do that. I don't know.
Sierra just slowly blinks at Devotion. Get up before I lock both of you in here.
That's fair. Exiting.
I think it's been a long day, and I think we could all use a really good rest outside of the city.
Excellent.
Once the paladins are out, I'm gonna relock the door.
Okay, cool. Yay. It's much easier because like now you know how the fucking thing works, so
yeah,
you're good. Okay, cool. So y'all are heading out, and I think I'm gonna go ahead and do the last shot because I know that we've got some people sort of getting on the tired end.
Mhm.
I'm among them. So I think like as you guys are heading out, we're gonna have like a brief little like switch over, and we're going to we're gonna kind of zoom in. Let's see, what am I thinking of?
Candy Mountain, Charlie.
Candy Mountain, Charlie. I think what we're gonna do is for this one, weirdly enough, it's not gonna be a very ominous last shot. I think the last shot is honestly it's a back view of you guys like leaving, and then it kind of pans back further and we see like the door that you've locked. Pans back further and it's resting like just over the surface of the water. And we can kind of see the water sort of lapping and swirling a little bit and then settling back down. And it's just sort of now that it's back to its sort of like calm state. We can hear that some of the whispers have taken on like a slightly more detectable note. And then the water kind of starts swirling a little bit, and we can kind of hear a few whispers that are saying, it sounds like from all the different voices of like y'all's memories, saying, where? And then the last thing we hear before it goes black is kind of sadly, like, gone. So yeah.
I'm so gonna drink some of this.
What is gone?
Wait a minute. Wait a damn minute.
Hold up. Something
Hold
right.
up. What?
What is gone though?
Our sanity.
No shit.
Our mental health. I don't
Also,
think,
You don't have that?
I don't think some
also-
of us had that to start with.
Also, Hannah, I'm so sorry for unpacking that on all y'all, but I was just like, this is a night Sierra snaps. I need her to vent a little bit before she blows up on everybody.
Is okay. Look, I'm just glad that she decided to vent to Isla and not anybody else.
Yeah.
Oh, girl.
Because Isla is the sweet supporting being who really cares, you know, and is willing to listen.
Yeah.
Wait, Florma cares. He just has a different way of showing it.
Like, that's rough, buddy.
That is true.
Pours some tea and adds a little liquor to it.
There, you'll be fine. Have a cookie.
This isn't a cookie, this is an edible.
I know what I said.
Oh, God.
Are you going to turn it down? No.
Don't worry, you'll be zooted in 5 seconds. I'll be... What?
Good, y'all.
My
Okay.
God.
So yeah, so next time we'll most likely start like with y'all having returned to camp so you can kind of debrief and then figure out what the fuck you want to do from there. So Woo!
Well, that venting saved Sierra from just fucking leaving the party tonight. She would have been like, if that vent did not go well, she would have fucking left.
Like, I'll meet you bitches back at the camp. Fuck
I'll meet
all
you
this.
back in the camp. Plot twist, she never arrived at camp.
Oh, that would have been very interesting. All by
And
herself.
then
No one around.
my medieval Mandalorian style girl shows up. So she shows up for a session and then Sierra's back.
Icarus?
Or is she?
I'm not gonna break Darren's heart like that and have her just leave forever.
Well, she might not. Either way. So, good session, y'all.
I want to be mad, but again, I have to be mad at myself because I did this to myself.
You did do it to yourself. Even Loki told you, motherfucker, don't do it.
Yeah.
Either way.
Well, his thing is like, you
Girl,
wanted-
don't do it. It's not worth it.
you
I'm
wanted
not gonna do it,
context for,
girl.
like-
I'm not gonna do it. I was just thinking about it.
I
did
it.
uh,
Alright.
as much as like he's like, okay, that wasn't good for Loki. Like, I probably shouldn't. Have. It was not.
I gotta go to sleep, y'all.
Gus slept.
Yeah. Both left.
It flips.
No.
Bye, guys.
Bye, live stream.
And I think at this point I'm gonna shut off the live. Thank you all for joining us for episode 44. We'll be back for episode 49.5 next Friday. And then the week of Christmas we are taking a break. So episode 46 will be the week after Christmas. But thank you all for stopping by. We love you all dearly. And is it Friday yet? Mwah! See y'all later. Bye!